welcome to the party dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM, Blake Peebles, and this is your cast. Holy moly, there's 1 million people here. This is incredible. We got Sean, our guest star, and we got Michael in person. It's a crunched room, but we're having a good time. Please stop. Please, dear God, stop. Okay, so we're back. We've been gone a while. We have, so we're a little rusty, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're having a good time. Before we begin, check out our social media. It's bumping. A big thanks to Jack Dyer for shouting us out. That was cool as hell. So if you're here from Jack, tell him hi. Tell him thanks. Our shout out to our patron Elliot, you'rebomb.com, and our sponsor for this episode, Alyssa.
The Federal Reserve. It's, not federal, but boy oh boy do they have all your money.
Okay.
No, I don't like that one. I applied there last week. I don't like that.
We're sponsored by Peter's future job, the Federal Reserve.
Oh.
Does anybody else have anything to say before we start?
Meatball!
Okay.
Smash that like button, hit that bell, etc.
There it is. Cool, let's get this party rolling. Okay, so last time, our adventurers departed from the city of Hira, deciding to head back to Betelnest, the last place that they remembered having their memories. The last place their memories were. And to see Brandon, because he's great and we love him. On the way, however, they came across, at dusk, I believe, or late afternoon, they came across a campfire with a lone Fearbog. A lone Fearbog sitting at it. He said that he was Crom from, what was the name of your monastery again? I wrote it down, but nice. That's
for the fans to find out.
Yeah, Nick, tell us. His name was Crom. He was from a monastery, and he was out on a mission because a prized possession of theirs that also had to do something with memory control had gone missing. As they met him, they were attacked by a band of wolves led by a giant, monstrous ice wolf. And with much help from Deirdre's new unicorn friend, they managed to defeat everyone. Unfortunately, several of the horses died, including Fabio, Wallace's horse. But upon reviewing the footage, I killed Fabio unfairly, so I'm going to resurrect Fabio from the dead. We're going to retcon that. You still have Fabio.
Yay. They never met.
You're going to meet him now. I killed Fabio. I take the blame there.
Is our relationship going to be awkward?
Maybe a little bit. But in sparing this main wolf's life, it told them that who they were looking for had gone to a town north of here, north of this fire pit. And then that is east of where you are.
I don't think that was the
Like, can
joke.
you pull up the map? Like, your haircut looks
I don't know
really
geography, I'm sorry.
God.
So, over Hira.
There it is. Now we get it.
Again over here, and
Now
then
it makes
sort of
sense.
whatever.
I can't even look at the map because your new haircut is just right next to it.
Courtesy of Emily.
God, Blake, you got such a good haircut.
Anyway, so that is where we last left off. You have fended off the wolves in a fairly difficult battle. I think somebody went down a couple times. Yeah. And we'll pick up from there. First...
I don't think I did.
I'm just being mean.
According to what my character sheet says, I took no damage.
Same.
Yeah, you didn't. You just
Same.
rode around on your stag the whole time.
Cool.
First
Wait,
things
I don't
first.
have stats for that.
You don't. You gotta spend some time with that boy.
I just would like to know how much it can die.
It seems pretty
Once,
beefy.
probably.
It seems pretty beefy.
No, this is D&D.
Okay,
Nothing
Kira, make a history check for me real quick because
I'm
you
really
are
good at
local.
those. 8.
Okay.
Are you from here?
You know there's a town north of here. You don't remember anything about it.
There's
though.
probably a town north of here.
Do you
Like
remember
the-
like a
anything
little
about
village.
A village.
What's my fault?
Wait, is it
Yeah.
my town north of here?
It's
Oliver,
The town is
Felix,
west.
darling.
Oh, Felix, yeah.
There it is.
There it is, Felix, darling.
You needed a fan to come on and tell you.
Thank you. He's back.
So yeah, there's.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Is it nighttime though?
Yeah, what,
It is. It's like duskish.
So,
How near
is near.
Can I try to see if it's how
You
near
already
it
rolled
is?
an 8. You truly have no idea.
You're from around here, do you know?
Yeah, do you? Yeah.
You can make a history check.
Yeah, Sean, please redeem me.
Well, we'll redeem you.
We're not many of
If looks could kill.
This is what happens when there's a table between us.
That's gonna be a sweet 6.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I did better.
Can someone just climb a tree and see if there's smoke? If there is, we'll go.
I'm
You're
gonna
in
try
spots.
climb.
I'm going
I'll
for the
do,
tree.
I'll do that.
There's still, okay, so you're in like a clearing. There's not a ton of
Felix,
trees
can you-
around.
Can
If
you
it's
do
a
something?
clearing, what's it cleared from?
Like hills.
Oh.
You're up in sort of like the grassy plain area. It's the same like area as here. Although it is getting colder. Like winter is starting to.
Winter's coming.
It's coming?
Well, you're like solidly into fall now, and you can see winter on the horizon. So.
Okay, so instead of a tree, a hill.
Felix, could you take a look up there for me? Oh, also, it should be known, I haven't made this known throughout the campaign, but Felix spends most of her time on my shoulder. She doesn't go back to her pocket realm.
Fun more facts.
Pikachu situation.
Yeah, it's sort of a Pokemon thing.
She flies up, and you want to.
Yeah, I wanna take her eyes.
So she flies for quite a while. Make a perception check, please. Perception. I should get my dice out.
What an interesting dice. I've never seen it before.
Hey, it's for my lips.
21.
So you see, truly not too far away, like maybe 2 miles away. You see through her eyes, in the glowing dark, you see the lights that could only really sort of exist from a settlement or a civilization. You don't see the town, but you see like the flickering firelight across the plains.
Well, there's something that way.
I told you. I told you guys there was a town.
Yeah, it's probably a town of some sort, rather small.
Is it walkable tonight? I don't want to sleep on the ground.
I would say
Definitely horse walkable.
2 miles, horse walkable, definitely.
I
Good
still
thing
have a
I have a
horse.
horse.
I do not have a
Me
horse.
too, and I kind of give heart a little,
You just punch your horse?
but like a light, like a sort of like you and me, girl.
I will say that you do have the corpses of the other 2 horses around.
Oh wait, who of us has a horse?
I have a stag.
I have
Your
I have
horse
my
died.
horse.
Let me take a
My
look
horse is
into
dead.
something right
Yours
now.
is
Yours is
not dead now.
So only one dead horse?
Yeah, only one dead horse.
Can I just walk fast enough to keep up with everybody?
Of everyone,
What's
yeah.
a horse?
And
60.
Crom doesn't have a horse. He didn't have one to begin with.
You can sit on my lap.
What size is a horse?
I will walk. Large.
A horse can definitely. You
Yours.
can ride the stag
can
with
do.
me.
All right.
You can sit on my lap, Tepper, because Chrome doesn't want to.
I will let you cast at a higher
Shh,
level
you're
if you want.
You will.
I'm feeling
If you cast your max level, I'll let you.
No.
Makes more
Of
sense.
Anime Dead?
But Tepper, you can sit on my lap.
I'm like starting to get up on the stag already.
But Tepper, my lap is open.
No, I understand, but I mean,
Perfectly
it's you know,
It only
stag
allows
is
me to
bigger.
create more, not bigger. You can,
But
you can flex that a little bit.
I can flex that a little bit.
I think I can try something. Can that higher spell slot level be a 4?
Would be your top spell slot level.
I can bring a horse back if we want to see a little blood magic, a little fun.
Now, when you say bring a horse back,
Yeah,
Is
from
it like,
the other
is it like
side.
the bright light come back and it's like all nice, or is it like the wounds will still be
It's
there?
that
and
one.
creep? Oh.
Yeah.
is it gonna look cool?
I will embed it with consciousness. It won't be the same consciousness as it had before, but it will be yeah. You can put that.
So you and I, we are going to walk to the town then, yes?
I have a horse actually. This is hot. You can come on if you want.
But that horse will stay dead. Just so we're all in agreement, yes?
I
No, she's very much alive.
Glares at the dead one. And that one will stay that way, yes?
You
I like
can,
this
or I
guy.
can bring it back if you like.
No, but I don't
like it.
understand your accent. You just said it can stay dead, and then I did not understand a single word afterwards.
He's threatening you.
Oh. I'm gonna bring the horse back, I think.
I can ride on the stag. I'll be alright.
No, Tepper, it's okay. You can ride on my lap.
But it'd be like fun. We could all like see it come back from the dead. It's really entertaining when you see the light enter
Crom
something's
is going
eyes.
to walk over to the horse, and then he's just gonna stand. It's like.
I honestly can cast haste on Tapper, and he can get there before us. How about that?
What happened outside
Or you
this?
just
I
use my
don't-
boots.
All of these horses can carry more than one rider.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought it'd be
I'm
fun.
already on the stag.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Just
I turn
unicorn
the
away.
back up.
The unicorn Deirdre just gallops away northward.
I get onto hard to swim.
I'm not gonna leave Millie. I gotta go. I can't let you unicorn into the distance.
Ron,
So-
would you like a ride?
Crom is a very big boy, and your horse ain't gonna be able to hold him up.
Okay.
You got a speedy dark horse, right?
I got a war horse.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay,
It's gonna
I'll
strain,
pick up.
but
Maybe he should get one by himself. I'm not there though.
yeah, the three
What
of you
sound
have
does
gone.
a stag make?
Clop, 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 clop.
Deer make awful noises.
Yeah.
But this isn't a s-
Though as you are riding the
That's it.
stag, the two of you, you do notice as the wind goes through its antlers and hits you in the face, it's like cold, but a lot colder than it should be. It's like icy.
I'm very cold. I'm gonna hide behind.
Deirdre's a dog.
Like the collar of your armor starts to like freeze a little bit.
I'm gonna.
Deirdre's still
Are you
far away.
looking at me?
Yeah, I'm looking at
I
you.
don't know what's going on either.
All right, so
I wish I had one of those.
dumbest
We're
speakers.
riding a ton of stuff.
so you all in all, you continue leaving the many corpses behind. So Deirdre's leading the way.
That was weird.
Yeah.
We're just
Deirdre,
going
please
really
make
fast.
a perception check.
We're just going
We're
really
just
fast.
going really
That's why it's so cold. It's just because we're running really fast.
18.
I
18.
solved it.
It's going way faster than
A while later, it's hard to tell how long you're having. Riding on a unicorn is wonderful, but incredibly uncomfortable at the same time. Very different than riding a horse, surprisingly.
Can
But-
I still side saddle?
What?
Can I still side
You can still side saddle,
Okay.
yeah, but
That's
it's
all I
like
need to know.
it doesn't move in the same way a horse does. It's got like a more of a weird, elongated, less regular gait. Anyway, unicorn lore aside, you do hear the sound. You hear the sound of people chanting, but sort of
I love a cult.
like a sing-songy chant.
Oh, even better.
Oh,
In
like the
a
Who's in Whoville?
sort of in a language that is like kind of like common. Like you can pick out words, but not all of it makes sense to you.
What word?
Okay.
And like
so-
the words that they say
Oh,
are pronounced
yeah.
weird. Like old is ould. It's strange.
Thieves can't.
No. You can make a history check actually,
Like thieves
Deirdre,
can't.
because you are quite studied.
Apparently I am now. 17.
This is Assyrian, the language, which is the language that was spoken in this continent before it was basically
Us
colonized.
Seleucians
Yeah.
took over.
Well, even before the Illithians took over. So like dawn of time, this was the first language in this area, which is what evolved into common, but it is sort of pre-common.
It's Old English. It's the Canterbury Tales.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Since I'm,
saying.
That's what they're saying.
far away,
Beowulf.
like kind of like distant from
Different
the
side
other
of
people
it.
behind me. My unicorn will do its at will action of casting Pass Without a Trace.
Ooh.
And we're like, we're just gonna get a better look at this. And then
Where'd she go?
She'll disappear. Vines sort of magically come up out of the ground and go around her hooves,
yeah.
and it makes it like she doesn't leave footprints anymore, and it doesn't make as much sound.
Where did she go?
Okay, let's just see what's there. Sneak over and then report back.
Have your unicorn make a stealth check, please.
Have we all ridden up at this point?
Deirdre left a while before
okay,
everybody
cool.
else did.
What's a
At this,
unicorn
you are
stealth?
going faster than the unicorn, though, so you do catch
Wait.
up.
Oh,
With
did we
her.
pass?
No, you basically catch up with her at the point that she stops.
Do I notice?
I'm very
Yeah.
cold.
I'm very cold.
Wait here, we're just gonna scout something that sounds weird. Would I just use the dex modifier?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So,
Can I have
Plus the 10 of passing out of
Shot.
trace.
17.
17.
Give it back.
Oh.
Give it back.
You scout up and you do see you basically crest over a hill and down to the other side. You see a very small town, a hamlet even, with several small huts and a big sort of central muddy square in which it looks like I want to say 30 people are out doing what seems like calisthenics while singing. As you watch farther, you all see them lie down on their back, roll back and forth, and start like making howling noises before
Please give us a werewolf.
continuing to sing again. None of them seem to notice you. You're still at quite a distance.
Wolf.
Ow.
For
Okay.
And like in the dying light with the clouds, the clouds above are starting to darken. It's like it's getting to night at this point.
Can I just ask? I'm not being influenced by the conversation happening, but what state of the moon is it?
Yeah.
You can't see the moon
Oh, from the clouds.
from the clouds. You could make just a flat
can I-
intelligence to try to see if you remember.
I asked the unicorn, hey, you're in tune with the world and nature. Do you know what phase of the moon should it be?
No.
Damn it.
You
Want to help me out thinking about it?
In
and
his brain, in
have
Celestial.
advantage? Want to help me out thinking about it?
I have been in a dimension other than this one for quite some time until this day.
That sounds amazing. I would love to hear about it later, but let me just... I have no
Oh,
idea.
yeah. I named it Stira.
You did.
Steer.
I have no idea. Okay, let's go report back.
Cool, you report back. And at this point, the rest of you have caught up with this with Steve.
So you guys just like make honey?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Pop into existence. Hey
Ah!
guys!
You weren't invisible.
Do they want to
Dark.
roll perception checks
No,
to
it's
see
fine,
if they
that's
see
fine,
me
that's
come?
Zahn is
We've
canonically
played D&D in
nearsighted.
years.
We've
We've forgotten everything.
Hey guys,
Hey.
So fun thing, not a village, more like a hamlet.
Ooh, good word.
And they're speaking Assyrian,
Yeah.
Assyrian, and they're doing a weird little dance roll thing and howling. So do we want to engage with that now?
Yeah, I'm sure they're really fun.
can I
and
roll
they're-
religion?
What?
Can I roll religion?
I'd also like
Yeah,
to roll
can I make like
religion.
a history or something
Can
about
I roll religion?
Everyone can roll if they want.
natural 20?
Natural 20 on history.
Natural 1 on religion.
5.
On what?
I don't know.
16 on history.
And that's how
22
comedy
on
works.
So
Did you just call me Pop?
can I?
Dungeon party.
Can I?
Dungeon pop-up.
Welcome to Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon
Dungeon
Party.
Pop.
I'm the Dungeon Papa.
It's not Dungeon Master, it's Dungeon
Dungeon
Papa.
Papa.
Master Daddy.
What is your question, Emily?
So I just noticed that my religion is 1, but I was wondering if I was, because I'm a cleric now.
You gotta. Nope.
Alright,
Well, wait.
then I got an 11 on my religion check.
You gotta study that shit. It's an intelligence. It's not like that you're connected to religion. You just decided to become a cleric.
Whatever.
Okay. Those of you who rolled history, you know that Assyrian, the language, is not spoken. It's like more archaic than Latin would be in this place. You only know that several like seasonal festivals have like songs conducted in Assyrian because they date back to times before the Illithid. So like small villages who are celebrating like spring festivals or various other holidays may have songs and whatnot that are done in Assyrian. With a 22 religion check,
Wait, can they all get +1 because I want Deirdre to demonstrate the dance by doing it herself, but when they roll on the ground, she's like, and now pretend I'm rolling on the ground because I'm not gonna.
they're not gonna need it. You see that and you know to yourself, that is not a religious exercise.
It's not any religion that I'm familiar with.
No, and you like know a bit about werewolves. It doesn't seem like a werewolf thing.
So is it
Furries.
like a fall festival?
Furries. It might be.
What did you get on religion?
Oh, I got an add
5.
one, baby.
You forget that you're a monk.
Does anybody want to
Wait,
resurrect the horses?
Okay.
Anybody be down for that? This guy,
Yes,
this guy
I-
knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what I'm getting is these people are strange, and
Right,
we
right.
want to run in on strange people.
Stop
at night.
judging
Yeah.
people.
It's probably like some sort of like fall festival.
And I'm
like the
sure
end
they
of
would
the fall.
include us with
Oh,
open
this-
arms.
Do we
if
want to
walked in.
interrupt that though?
Yes.
I'm really cold and I would love a fire.
Yeah, we're very cold.
If
All
there's
right, let's
something
go.
I
I can fire if you want.
Well, We don't just need an uncontrolled fire.
I just think like a
Let's
morning
burn the
welcome,
forest
but, like, the
down.
right foot forward, you know?
Didn't we walk to this town because we wanted to stay in a town?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
They might be nice.
And I'm locking my
You
door
guys are the one who
twice.
saw it, but cool.
I'm not. If it's werewolves, I want to get bit.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna kick Stira on to
Okay,
walk
fine.
into town.
You got remove disease, right?
Maybe.
As you all head into town, and as you do so, you see that they seem to be finishing up their exercises, and it seems to end in like a tree pose of sorts.
Yoga. They're
As one wizened gnomish woman seems to be standing on a very rickety platform, long white hair, and she seems to be leading the exercises. Okay. As you head into town, several people turn and look at you, and as you come up, they bow their heads like this and sort of shake their butts while not looking at you.
You put your right foot in. You put your right.
Greetings to you as well.
Do
You
from my
hear a
horse.
voice. Oh, hello, welcome to Eggle. You remember Eggle as a weird, like a town. It's like in a weird, eccentric sort of hippie commune.
Oh, cool.
Hey guys,
Portland.
it's a weird eccentric hippie commune.
Like the people from your town and Betelnest like love to go to the
I'm
festivals in
not
Eggle.
from Betelnest.
Your town and
Okay,
Betelnest.
sorry.
Love to go to like the festivals in Eggle, but nobody ever wants to like stay there. Also, it's tiny. It's hard to tell how they survive, to be totally honest, because they don't seem to grow many crops. They have a large amount of livestock. They have a lot of cows, but
It's like the littlest vampire. They just drink the blood of the cow.
Oh.
But anyway, as you approach, he says,
That's
"Welcome
cool.
to Eggle. We have just finished our nightly ritual, but we could start over if you
Yes,
honored
please.
guests would like to
I
join
hop off
us."
that
It
horse.
seems a little late for that. I would
That's
love to do
true.
it in the morning.
Well, ever since Rexelfurt became the king of Eggle, Rexelfurt became the king of
That's
Eggle,
right.
we have added quite a few new additions to our calisthenics, and they're much more rigorous now.
That
Okay.
sounds amazing.
I
Can
love a
roll
good
to know, do I
workout.
know that name?
Rexelfurt? You can make a history
actual
check.
royalty?
You'll make a history check.
I don't think he is.
Have I heard of Wrestlefurt in the workout community?
Is
Uh,
this Soul
body.
Cycle?
You can make a history check.
It's a cult.
Fantasy
It's Soul
Soul
Cycle.
History?
Yeah.
18.
Nope.
Oh.
Though the name Rexelfurt does strike you as familiar.
I think maybe he taught like a workshop something.
More from like your guard training. Like you remember the name in like the academic portion of your lieutenant's exam you had to take.
It was just like an example name. It wasn't this week's
Yeah.
Rexelfurt has
Sorry, the
60
John Smith
melons.
of this country.
He gives 12 melons to his friend. How many melons does he have left?
Rex-
So we
Rexelfurt.
just came here. We were just wondering if you have like a place to stay.
Like an
we
inn,
have
perhaps?
Ooh, we don't have much in the way of accommodations, but we have a nice warm fire a couple miles that direction.
Fuck you. A couple miles.
It's our fire for the fall festival.
Who was right? Millie.
We intend to use it in a couple of weeks, unless Sir Rexelfurt, the king of Eggle, decides to change the fall festival.
I assume she pointed in the direction we came from.
Yes.
Got it.
Although I'm sure
Oh,
if
yeah,
you were,
that's right. I
if
see
we
him, I
were
see
to
him
take you to
talking
Rexelfurt himself, he may have a very wise decision. After
Okay.
all, he is the wisest king we've ever had here in Eggle.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
how-
know it was a monarchy here.
Yes, it's always been a monarchy. Which strikes you as odd because it hasn't. But Rexelfurt is the best king we've ever
Are
had.
you brainwashed?
What?
Seems
Yeah,
a
but-
little
Yeah, seems
And she
suspicious
like
to
sort of
me.
hobbles up to you. She like
Ugh.
scampers up to you like she moves her
Hi.
shoulders. She's very in touch with her body
Yeah,
though
you
she
look
is
great.
old. And she puts her hand on your. She like grasps your
Oh.
hand. She's pretty small for a gnome. She's sort of hunkered over. She says, I'm not brainwashed. You are brainwashed by the big city. Out here in the countryside is where you'll find true peace.
Yeah, I want to
I'm
talk to your
gonna lean
king.
over to I'm gonna lean over to Kron here and be like, so yeah, when we get there, just like check for a general vampire undead vibe.
Can Unicorn do her at-will action of detecting evil?
What's the radius on that?
It is loading. 30 feet.
No evil within 30 feet.
Can we get a tour of the town?
Yeah.
Well, most of us are going to sleep, but I could take you to Rexelford.
Yes.
And if you want a tour of the town, and she gestures, there's like 10 houses. That's
Any
pretty much it.
any places of interest?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we at full health?
You are not.
Just wondering.
Most he didn't take damage in the wolf fight.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
Rexelford? Meeting Rex? Meeting
Whoa.
Rex?
Too many people does tend to frighten him, so
Just send a couple?
a few of you. The rest of you can go if you want to find a place to sleep. All
That's
but
too
one of
many
you
now.
raised your hand.
Us three raised our hands first. Let's go, team.
And also, he doesn't necessarily take kindly to horses. Even
It's a good thing it's a
fancy
stag.
ones such as yours.
This is a unicorn.
I'll
She
take
is her
care-
own present. She's her own consciousness. You can speak to her yourself.
All animals have their own
Tapper.
consciousness.
Am I taking care of the very cold stag?
No, I was gonna say I'll watch the pics.
Oh, right. That makes some sense.
Your horse is getting tired.
Okay.
From carrying this big old furbog boy.
Who
Oh,
wants
well,
to
actually,
go visit?
my legs really hurt, so I need to ride the unicorn. So can we just go? And the unicorn doesn't have to go inside.
Make a persuasion check. I would say deception, but I do believe your legs are actually tired.
She is sore. We just fought. 22.
22. She says, "No. Well, I wouldn't take away a companion that soothes your pain.
Thank you
Caught
so
an old
much.
man from his
What is your
walking
name,
stick.
by the way?
My name is Yo Woman Yolanda.
Yo, old woman Yolanda?
Yo Woman.
Yo woman
It's
Yolanda.
a title.
Aw, my name's Deirdre. Wonderful to meet you. And these are my friends.
I'm Kira.
Let's go.
Good to meet you. A service of the warmongering monarchy. Now I don't have anything against you.
Yeah, fuck you, Kira. Come on, Yolanda.
Yolanda came to play.
Yolanda came to play.
Kira, let's meet
Kira?
the
Not only does this frustrate you, but it's weird that there's a king and a yo woman in the town, because that is a position, usually a leadership position in a small town such as this.
Let's meet the king, Kira.
All guards are bastards.
Something is very up,
Who all
and
is-
you need to find out what it is before you start stabbing people.
I would rather.
You guys are so funny.
We haven't had a stabbing here that wasn't consensual in many, many years.
What?
Let's
Go!
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
And as she starts leading you on, she's sort of waving her hands around and saying, "We cater to all pleasure."
It's a
This
swinger
is fun. I'm gonna do it with her.
It's a
Okay,
swinger cult.
So am I? I'm just alone with the horses.
Well, who's going?
Zinger cult.
Just those three.
Those three are going, so
We'll hang out
the
with
rest
the
of you are with the horses.
I'm like,
I'll
yeah,
take care of
don't go
Stu.
too far. Yay!
All right, let's get up to some shenanigans, guys, because we have like 20 minutes without them. And
Yolanda.
She's with them.
Oh,
All
this
right.
town got a bar?
you there?
You,
Matt,
boy.
Matt,
Does this town have a bar?
Well,
a fun place to hang out.
Millie, you've changed.
my parents say that every place in Eggle is a fun place to hang out if
Where's
you're on
your-
the right
where's your
drugs.
Where did
Where
they
do you
get
get the
those?
drugs?
They grow them.
Alcohol.
Can I
Where?
have some?
Alcohol.
Well, they don't do that here.
I want to leave.
Where's the drugs? Kid?
This way.
Okay.
2 steps.
Yeah, it's not far. We'll get back to you. Yolanda takes you not very
Long
far,
trip.
but to the largest looking building. Sort of, it is a little bit a ways. There seems to be like an enclosure where one would generally find livestock or cattle that is empty. And on the back side of that, there's a larger, what seems like 2-story house. Oh, wow.
The king, you guys. The king.
And she walks up and she says, "Oh, well, you can tie your unicornian friend up here if you'd like."
Did she sense anything? Because Detect Evil's still up.
No evil. Nope. Hasn't sensed any evil at all since being here.
Thank you so much. I slide off, and as I do, I say in my mind, try to detect good too.
Okay. She
I don't know.
She
Good.
detects. Yeah, there's good here.
Okay.
Most of the people in the radius
But like celestial good, like
currently are good.
okay.
No
But not-
celestial.
But not the other
Okay.
group that's off.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but not that horde running towards the city, the town.
Okay.
And she goes, "Well, follow me right in. It's not quite time for his bedtime yet, so we'll go on right in."
Isn't it like
He's-
7 o'clock?
it's like 8 or 9 at this point. He's like, he's probably just about done eating, so let's get on in there.
Deirdre does her classic horrible at limping, fake limping.
And the door opens and she waltzes inside and says, "My liege!"
Should we bow?
Or do you enter?
Yeah.
You enter and you see a large room. It seems like the whole first floor is pretty much one room, and there are 2 staircases leading up either side. Very rickety. It's a large house for Eggle, but it's not like a nice house. In the room, it's basically bare. It's just bare wood, nothing at all. Yeah, there's a bear. Though, in one corner there seemed to be a large variety of like cloths, all just piled up, but sort of like strewn about.
Laundry day.
That's not what catches your eye, though. What catches your eye is a throne, and sitting at the feet of it, eating out of a bowl, is a dog with a crown on his head.
Hell yeah.
Where's the throne? Yeah.
What does the crown look like?
It is not the crown that you're looking for. It's like a shittily made crown, like made out of wood, decorated with like
Truly the best.
Crown
gold paint.
stands in the doorway, sees this dog with a crown on its head.
Power for crazy people. Power. Go for them.
And Yolanda says, "Oh, merriment at our glorious King Rexelford!" And then, upon hearing his name, Rexelford goes,
Oh my god.
he's like a golden retriever.
I want to ruffle him.
And you go up and he sort of bounds over to you, like,
Oh my god, he's just like the dog that we used to have on the farm at home.
and he sniffs and he smells like the rations in your bag. He's like,
Do you want some? You want some? You want some? Oh, who's a good boy? Sit, sit, sit.
and he's just having, the crown has fallen off at this
You
point.
guys, I've made friends with
That's
two
really
royalty
little
now.
too
Two
good at
royalty. One royalty, 2 royalty, both friends.
Stop it.
I don't like it.
Crumb, because he's well tickled that there's a dog king, he's also perplexed why there's a dog king. So he's gonna use his divine sense to see if there's anything evil or strong good in the air, in a 60-foot area.
You close your eyes and you focus, and your consciousness fades out, and the only thing you notice is that he is a good boy.
But like good.
No, like there's no celestial good or like fiendish evil
Okay.
in 60 feet at all.
Okay.
So, how long
Seems
has
like a
Rexelthorpe
normal
been
dog.
king?
So for
Yolanda says, Rexelford has been our king for... Well, I don't quite remember when he exactly became king, but I know that our village has become much more prosperous since he
you
did.
lose your memories?
No,
Oh, because I totally also didn't.
of course not. Well, there are parts of my life I don't remember, but that's what happens when you grow up in Eggle.
Ha ha ha.
What are Rexelthorpe's policies like?
He added his own. We showed him our calisthenics, and he added his own section. And she just jumps on her back and starts rolling around. And he's a very good king. He made good friends with the important ambassador from the kingdom of Nero who came recently, and he decided that we should no longer make money off of our livestock, but off of our joy.
Do you know that?
Do I?
Nildor is the elven kingdom to the east.
Tapper's from there.
She is.
Who?
Oh. Okay.
I've known you guys like 4 hours and I'm
He
still
was the
worried
one,
about
He was the one that like was
that
like,
Phil
"Whoa,"
unconscious.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
Love
Yeah.
that for this town.
Rexelfert comes up to you.
Oh. Deidre's never had a pet. She does not know what to do.
Oh.
Yay! I love it.
And he starts sniffing and licking your hand.
Cool.
Looking back, that's what we do.
I'm not dumb, Kira. Awesome. Hi, Rexel Thorpe.
Rexelfert!
Thorpe.
It's F. F.
Can I take out my tinder
Yeah.
box and I'm sure there's a small twig.
Yeah.
I throw that twig.
He does not fetch. He's a king.
Yeah, Kira, he's a king.
I go and collect that because waste not, want not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a famous king of this very country, long thought dead.
Whoa, can you please tell me about that? Because I don't remember.
Well, he was one of the kings in an age long past. A very glorious and wise king. And he disappeared, thought dead, but now, hundreds of years later, he magically appears to us
Is
to
he
lead us.
Always a dog?
Yeah.
A dog?
Yes.
No. Why would you think that?
How tall is Rexel Thorpe?
He's a big dog. He's like here on
Oh,
you.
I'm asking Yolanda.
Oh, what? I think
Exactly.
the average regal. Why don't you ask him yourself? I mean.
Rexelford? How tall are you?
Crom is gonna talk to him using speech of beast and belief.
Nice!
Damn, I totally forgot I had that.
God, I wish I were there.
Lean down. I don't think I can understand him back, now that I think about it.
But you can speak.
But
to
I
him.
can speak to him. It's just like, Rexelfort, are you I'm doing the animal gesture for reincarnated. Reincarnated king? Paw ground twice with right foot. If yes.
He doesn't paw.
Well,
He looks confused at your question. Like he understood you, but doesn't know what that like.
Rexelfort, have you always been dog? Rexelfort, I don't know how smart dogs are. I'm sorry.
Have you always been king?
Yes, Rexelfort, have you always been king? Oh, picks up the crown. Have you always had hat? No. Rexelfort, are you a friend of elves? Oh, no.
I'm offended.
Racist.
I mean, your ears are pointy. Like you got big pointy ears anyway.
We still have pointy ears, they're just not as pointy.
You hide yours.
Yeah, I know. I'm ashamed.
Any other questions for the
One
king?
D&D game that doesn't become racist.
Yeah, I know.
Many of them have.
Any other questions for His Highness?
What's his favorite chew toy?
Okay, so
Any
we're
other
super
questions?
tired. Maybe we'll go back to our companions and come back tomorrow.
Well, you have to ask Rexelford what the proper course of action is.
Oh yeah,
Rexelford,
thank
what do we
you.
do?
Awesome.
Rexelfort, is there a place for me and friends to sleep?
And he sort of runs in a circle and then he runs up the stairs.
Follow him, follow.
Oh, he invited us to his home.
He did!
He's
He's not a man of many words or words at all, but his actions speak loudly.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Yolanda. Could you get our friends and tell them we're being housed?
Yes!
Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, you guys find your way to a hut. And the boy opens the door and he says, "I'll go ask my parents if, about the drugs."
Be quick, boy.
And the door opens again, and it's a human woman who says, "Hello, hi."
Okay, you know what we want. You know what we're here for.
What?
We want the drugs.
Did I write
Oh, you don't be so forward about it. We're all on drugs here.
How long have you been? How long has the drug thing been a thing?
I mean, on and off for all of Eggle. I mean,
What is the drug, if you don't?
Well, it's our own particular strain of pipeweed.
Oh.
not again.
Very, very potent. It has some hallucinatory effects when it's smoked in the right way.
Would you mind if I scored a pinch?
Oh, sure. We don't make money off of livestock or drugs anymore. We make money off of our joy, according to the King of Axelford.
Uh-huh. Okay, here you
Of
go.
course, of course. What are you giving?
A silver?
Oh, no
Oh.
money needed. No money needed. Like, it's all good.
Okay.
And she walks away. And she comes back. And she has, like, she doesn't have dreadlocks, but she is like a white person with
White person
dreadlocks.
dreadlocks.
Like, that's the vibe you're getting.
I have a question. Can I identify like plant
You
stuff
can make medicine checks on it. The spell only works for magic.
for magic items?
You could try to detect if the drug is magic, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
No, but I just like some for personal use.
Has it been brought to us?
yeah, she
Thank
brings
you.
it back and says, "There you go. You have something to smoke it with?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Oh yeah.
I want a medicine check and see.
Hey, have a wonderful night. And if
Hey.
you ever need more, come grab some. If you're here tomorrow, we'll take you out on a hike into the plains and show you the best place to smoke it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Maybe Rexelford will be willing to lead the charge tomorrow.
Your king often goes out on drug smoking adventures with you?
Well, he doesn't participate, no. He's far too regal for that.
Of course.
He finds joy in his intellect, and we find joy in our bliss.
After
What
last
is
time,
happening here? I walk out.
after last time, Tapper smoked pipe weed and
Here.
lost a day of his life.
Make a medicine check.
Yeah,
I'll do one as well.
that
actually.
is a 22.
22. Some strong shit.
21.
It is pipeweed. It's like, just by the smell, you're like, whew.
There's not like something else going.
There
on.
is something else in there. There seems to be a bit of like fungal growth mixed in with the herbs.
Do you think it's worth one of us taking it just for, like
No.
experimental reasons?
No, we don't know what's going on in this town yet.
Yeah, but it could be fun.
The
yeah.
king could
I'll
be
give
Give
evil.
a good plot.
I'm gonna pass after last time.
Okay.
I
Let's
do.
do it.
Alright, you
Oh.
don't have to force me.
Alright, let's do it,
Hand it
Wallace.
to Wallace.
I like break it in half.
I'm
and-
just
How are we
gonna
smoking
stand back.
this? What do you have?
I have a pipe, I think.
Cool.
You stole pipeweed from a guy
Yeah,
way long ago.
I still have it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a pipe as well, actually.
Well, do we want to use yours or
We
mine?
can share.
Okay, alright.
So as you're about to start smoking, you see Yolanda
Produce
sort of
flames.
wavering back into town. She says, "Oh, I've seen you've
What's
gotten
up,
some of our bliss."
Yeah. Is that what you call this?
Oh no,
Oh.
it's just for a long time here in Eggle, the elders forbade us from doing any sort of drug-related activity, for they thought it wasn't natural. But what's more natural than something that grows all around us?
What happened to the elders?
Oh, they've been gone for a long time. I'm the elder now. This was back when I was a child.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Natural causes, hopefully.
Oh, yes. I mean, you only live for so long out here, exposed to the elements as you do in Eggle, so you might as well enjoy it.
I like how you think.
So, our glorious and gracious king has invited you to stay in his house.
Oh.
Oh,
So follow me this way.
I guess that went well for our friends.
Oh, it's getting late. I'm usually asleep at this hour.
Are we feeling anything?
Yeah. You have a much higher tolerance than he does, I would say, just from the lives you led before now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, have you smoked pipeweed before?
Yeah. At college. It was with my necromancy circle, I like to think.
Yeah.
We smoked and then brought things back from the dead.
That was a weird experience.
Yeah.
This is, it gets you, and you're like, oh yeah, that's that feeling.
Uh-oh.
And you're like, whoa, my finger's back. No, it's not. And it seems like as you look around, things are completing themselves that aren't actually there. Like you see 4 houses in a space, like where before you saw like 4 houses in a space before the next house, there's a house in that space. Like, and there's like nothing there. Like you're hallucinating things being complete where they weren't before. As you have to smoke a little bit more to get this effect, but you start to get this effect as well. And it's not like any particular, it's like pipe weed. I don't know if you've done any other seafaring drugs, but
Sea urchins.
Seaweed.
there's a particular type of mineral that you grind up and snort.
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty common in the sea. And I don't know if you've done any of that, but from what you've been told, you're noticing some of the same hallucinatory effects that you would find there.
Oh, right. It's just like college.
There's like a house there, right?
Yeah.
No, there's not. Ooh,
Yes,
you're enjoying
there is.
it.
You're wrong.
And it's like a gentle it's a gentle high.
Right.
You're not freaking out, but like things are definitely around.
Things
You're
are
like
weird,
you
but I'm
feel
into it.
relaxed and content.
Yeah,
You're like
I feel great.
things are
I would
complete.
stay here. I would do that dancing thing now if you wanted to.
We do it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We'll just have to try some more.
I will do it then.
And they lead you to the house. And as you go in the house, you guys go upstairs and you find that there's also not really much of anything up here. It looks like it used to probably be a bedroom with one bed, but now there's just sort of like cloth and hide strewn about the place, as well as some like bowls and
Look
bones.
just like a dog ripped the drapes
Does it
up?
smell?
Yeah,
Or...
it looks like cloth that has been chewed by a dog.
Does it
Okay.
And there are bones that look like they've been chewed by a dog.
But does it smell?
Doesn't smell good.
I'm starting to use mending to clean some shit up.
Okay.
Is it like just dog smell?
Yeah. It's like uncleaned dog smell. And this dog has been here, I don't know, not that long. Like, it seems like it's like fresh. It hasn't ever been cleaned, but it's not crazy dirty.
Ugh.
Don't worry, I'm getting to it.
And then you go up there, and Rexelford is just sort of running around and like...
Does the king need a bath? Does the king want a bath? Okay, so he doesn't need a bath.
After a while, you hear the door open, and your companion sort of up the stairs, and the two of you see a dog with a crown on. You all see a dog with a crown on, but the two
Everybody bow for the king.
Bow
for the king.
Well, hello.
Hello, sir.
Who is a good
We didn't
boy?
smoke anything, did we?
No.
Okay, it's just a
Bow
dog
for
with
the
a crown.
king.
That's quite a nice hat you have there.
Wait, what do you
I
mean
bow-
we didn't smoke?
I bow to the king.
Oh,
Like-
um,
Are you kidding me?
And he comes over to you and he tussles his hair, and he like whimpers and barks and stuff. And you could have sworn he said "saw, dude," but you're
Go to bed anyway. We'll sleep it off.
Poisoned.
no, it's all. It's
Yolanda
all
says,
good. It is
"Well,
laced.
if this will be
Oh, it's definitely laced.
satisfactory."
Yeah, right.
It's
It's
all
definitely
good,
laced.
don't worry.
I'm seeing a dog with a crown right now. I don't know what you guys
It's
are
all
seeing.
You
better.
see
Not
a
seeing
dog
why
with a crown?
Yeah,
Oh,
right
that's
there.
some good
That's
stuff.
fun.
Yolanda,
Yes.
tell me something.
Yes.
What do you think is the king's best physical trait?
His hair, his beautiful golden hair.
I would agree.
Fetid.
We're braiding it.
I take a little sample just for fun. I braid it into my own.
Yolanda.
Yeah.
If you had to compare the king to any celebrity alive or dead, who would it be?
Well, himself.
I'm dog
No,
hair.
they can't be that.
He is quite a famous man.
I know, I'm just saying. Like, does he have a celebrity twin?
Out of curiosity,
Well, ooh, he does look quite a bit like, in his younger days, that handsome paladin from the Silver Citadel.
Oh yeah, her
Yeah,
dad.
who is that? Wait, I can't remember their name right now.
Yes, yeah, who is it? I can't
The
remember.
paladin, he's the leader of the Silver Citadel.
Oh yeah.
What's your last name? Castle. It's
Oh, yes,
Castle.
Castle, yes,
yeah,
Castle.
Oh,
Paladin
yeah,
Castle
yeah,
of the
yeah,
Silver
yeah.
Citadel.
Yes, it is. I neither work too flashy, too much going on with them.
I'm glad we found
So she thinks Rexelford looks like my...
Okay.
Your father?
I didn't say that loud enough.
Yeah,
She's
you-
standing next to you. That's incredible. We'll have to throw a celebration tomorrow. But for now, I have to get some shut-eye.
You look so.
Can I try this on? I'm sorry.
Everyone needs sleep.
Yes. And she sort of waltzes down the stairs. And Rexel, you are left alone with Rexelford.
Hi, Rexelford.
Pepper.
Wait, who's in the room? I'm sorry, I'm really confused.
All
Everyone.
of us.
Is this a real?
Everyone and a dog.
Is this a real crown, or what the hell's happening
that's
here?
great.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
kind of
that's
disrespectful.
his.
Language. Let's watch language.
Sorry, what's happening here?
So,
What is it,
Rexy.
Deirdre?
How long has it been since you've been home?
His name is Rex.
Oh, king, it's Latin.
Rexel fuck.
Also, that's the most common name for a dog.
I thought it was Spot.
Was this not like
Yeah,
step
and Millie's
one
the
when you
most
saw a
common
dog
name
with
for
crown on?
whatever you are.
Oh, what's up,
Rex, we don't
Rexelford?
need this.
His name is Rexel
We're
fuck. We
like-
need to show him.
Well, you go like that to Rexelford and he goes...
And I'm like, really bold?
Oh god, I left home I'm actually having trouble figuring out how long Tapper's been gone from Yildor.
I mean, it would have taken you a good year, like at the rate you traveled to get...
Oh no, I have it written down somewhere. I just don't recall it off the top of my head.
I assume like a year, over a year at least.
I think it might be a couple years.
Yeah, I would
that
figure.
I've been gone for. Yeah, it's been a long time. What do you ask?
Well, Yolanda says your city treated with the dog. So
Country.
either
It's a Nildor is a large country.
a large country.
Wait,
Sounds like the elves are
Wait,
idiots.
back up.
Your
back
country treated with the dog.
Oh, right.
What?
You're half elf.
Glass houses. Glass houses.
I didn't ask to be a half elf. I kicked,
Wait,
I
wait,
kicked
wait,
the
wait,
dirt.
in the wooden house.
In the wooden house. Ow!
Nildor made a treaty with that dog.
Like the highest people of your country treated with the dog. So either they think it's a king too, or they know something.
I
Wait,
think it's an actual king.
Hang on. Where are you
Like,
getting?
I think that's what's happening.
I'm gonna go speak with him.
You're high.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Hello. I'm sorry, my friends are being very rude.
Hi.
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 No.
Hi.
There we go.
My name is Wallace.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Who's a good boy?
Me.
Who's a good boy?
It's me. It's me. Oh.
It's too good.
Who's a good boy? So anyway,
You're wet.
yeah,
Why are you wet?
it's how I am.
Oh.
You know how you're furry? I'm wet.
Oh.
Anyway. How long you been the king here?
A day and a half.
Oh,
What
very
is he
nice.
saying? What are you?
We're having a conversation.
I know, but
You just hear them like barking and panting back towards each other.
what is he?
So
What
Rex,
is he saying?
Can I call you Rex?
Sure.
Um,
They all call me Rexelford. I don't know why.
is that your name?
I don't think so.
What's your name?
I didn't have a name before.
Oh, do you like Rex? Is that alright?
Sure.
Change it? Okay, that's
Can we
fine.
keep
What
him?
is, what is he saying?
We're having a conversation.
Okay.
Listen, I don't. Anyway, sorry, very rude.
He spoke to me, but he didn't understand me back.
What did you tell him?
Well, he asked me a lot of questions about how long I've been here, and if I'm a human. I'm not a human. I don't think I'm a human.
You don't look like one to me.
I don't feel like
Much
one.
handsomer.
Oh.
Why is he wagging his tail? What did he
We're
say?
having
What's
a
going on?
conversation. Sorry. Anyway, what other things did you tell him? Anything? Is there anything that we should? Anything special about your town?
I don't know. I just came to this town a couple days ago with my small green friend, and then he put a crown on and he told them that I was king, and now they treat me like I'm the king.
Who is your small green friend?
Oh, he was a small green friend. He had a pink hat.
Oh,
Praise that
interesting.
nail bug.
I think I might know him. He's
Oh.
a nice man.
He took the cows and he went away from here.
Do you know where he went?
No.
Well, that's a shame.
My name is Elias Cownabin. I'm
anyway,
a human third level fighter.
thank you so much for having us here.
Of course.
You could just hang out with us if you
Oh,
want.
I'm gonna.
Okay, great. What's
Namesake.
And he runs downstairs.
I'm fucked up.
Wallace?
I feel faint.
What did he say?
What did he say?
Oh yeah.
Wallace, who is fairly high.
I'm
like,
sorry, we were sort of having a heart-to-heart
just
conversation.
like bongled.
Wallace.
I understand.
It's
No, it's-
important stuff.
Wallace.
Wallace.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Wait, who
Wallace.
told you someone from Nildor came here?
Yolanda.
What?
Her name is
Willis.
Yolanda?
Willis. What is
Wallace.
Wallace.
Wow.
Awesome. Wallace. What did the dog say?
Right now, he looks like an actual just tall goat.
I'm still in speak with animals mode, and I started speaking goat to you. Meh, 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 meh.
Wallace, look at me in the eyes. You are going to tell me the important thing that you have been told.
Gosh, she's so pretty. You never really noticed before.
Wallace!
Crom walks up. I use 5 points of lay on hands to cure disease or poison.
Drugs are a poison.
The touches.
Boom! Wallace is sober.
What did the dog
Oh,
say?
get off of me, first of all. Anyway.
You never noticed how pretty Deirdre was before.
Anyway, Rexelfoot, he says Rex is alright.
Rex.
He
That's a
said
good
that
name.
his small green friend in a pink hat,
A goblin.
or
Green cobalt.
We
like
weren't
a
we
orc.
weren't
Oh.
there.
Small
He
baby
wouldn't know. He
They
doesn't
were-
play
Like a lizard, maybe?
or
Nope.
a Nilbog.
No,
A
no,
Nilbog,
here
possibly?
it is.
Probably.
Brought him
I
here.
I don't know if you know
told,
what a Nilbog is.
Listen,
Oh,
brought him
I don't know
here.
what that is.
told him he was the king, told everyone that he was the king, and then took the cows and left. Rex didn't know where he went though.
So,
Is that when
Track
you went
those
by
cows.
Nero Ambassador?
Oh, and
track
also,
those cows, find a
Oh. That,
What
That
happened?
doesn't
What'd you
sound
say?
like
Wait, what'd
it.
you say? Sorry.
Is that what you meant by Nildor Ambassador? Because I don't think that's official.
Does anyone know who this person is?
Yes,
It's
I do.
What is it?
Say
what
it,
did
Wallace.
it look like?
Oh, everyone's talking at the same time. The Nilbog is a sort of a scam, if you will.
He's
A real rascal.
real troublemaker.
Every time
Oh no,
I don't actually remember how he worked.
Yeah, I do remember.
Remember, that was before, yeah.
Who else was there?
Me.
That's
Everyone
It was-
was being all.
It was the three of
We
you and
learned about
Tommy.
it,
No, I was
Thrush.
That's right.
Thrush was with you.
Thrash!
Yeah,
Who's
he'll
Dragon
make you
Baby?
look like a damn fool, I'll say it.
language, please.
He was.
He'll make you look like a damn idiot,
Crumb.
I'll say it.
This goblinoid creature strikes you as quite familiar.
Yeah, I get it. I think this big surprise to everybody currently watching at home. I think this might be our guy.
Oh,
Now, what makes you say that? Oh, I'm kidding.
How-
I know what makes him say it.
How long ago was he here?
Yesterday.
And how
He's
do we
only been a king he's only been the king for a day.
If Rex was with him, do you think Rex could track him?
oh,
Dogs can
smell. Rex, use your nose, bud.
Rex
Well, can
blazes
you-
He's
more
downstairs
knock
in the room.
I'm going after him.
Wallace, get
Wait,
Rex.
no, wait.
Tomorrow morning.
Do we want to
maybe?
rest because this Nilbog is actually pretty serious?
Yeah, I need to come down off of this before I can do anything, I think.
The
That's
Nil-
your own
Lay on
fault.
hands.
The Nilbog wasn't.
Where was I? Who?
Wait, do we still have some of that, or
You smoked pretty much all of it
Okay.
between the two of you. She only gave you a little bit.
yeah?
But can you just
Can
get
probably
past
get
Rex
more.
right now if Rex could track him? And also, does anyone know how to dispel magic to get this village back on track?
I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like Rex is doing an actual.
That would take a very long time.
I sort of really feel like Rex is doing a good
Yeah.
job, and maybe we should just leave them alone.
Wallace?
They don't have the food source any longer.
They seem to be happy and then they die
they
and then
seem
it's
to
over.
They don't have an economy.
No,
Oh,
It's actually not even
what?
over after they die. I mean, we know what happens.
Well, we can. Hang on. If we find the. Oh, I don't know about the cows, do I?
Oh yeah.
She
Yeah,
said.
I was
They,
saying-
they said. Take. He said. Wallace said. Take the cows and go.
Take the cows and go.
Alright, well then, if we find the cows and we don't have to starve to death.
Perhaps if we find the Neilbog and the cows, it will reverse the effect somehow.
Yeah, perhaps we
I'm
should-
saying we return
Well,
the cows.
I can go downstairs
And
right
kill
now and
the
ask
Neil
Rex
Bog.
to track.
Definitely.
Yes,
Yeah,
but also we
probably
should
good, yeah.
remove a magical influence affecting the minds of these villagers. That seems
Yes,
I don't know if there is magical influence affecting the minds of the villagers.
Are they acting sort of like how I've heard the people from here act?
Yes and no. They don't worship a dog.
Yeah, but like
But
it's like
They're very.
is it one of those things where it's like they would do that?
Are they just high?
You are.
No,
like
the Nilbog might.
a lot of them are like they've always been, as long as you've remembered, sort of like hippy dippy druggy people, but they also like survive. Like they're not just willy-nilly doing nothing. Like this is odd.
Okay.
Okay.
Something's changed.
You guys, this is odd. We have to do something.
I think.
Well, all right. I'm just gonna go downstairs.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about it anymore.
You have to get their cows back.
We should go to bed.
In their
first.
minds.
I went downstairs.
cows.
to see
And the
cows.
clown. What is anybody
Oh, that's right.
cares about
Yes,
the
that's right.
terrible
That's
I mean, I
weapon
feel like
that
if we
no-
get the crown, we can reverse the effects.
What is the weapon?
Well,
What's the crown?
Yes.
It's like his
Crom.
memory item.
nothing.
Crom.
No, nothing.
Crom.
Chrome.
Chrome, what do you know?
Monk to
Crom.
monk.
Crom.
What
Crom.
Or like
Crom.
decent person to decent
Crom.
person.
What does the crown do?
Well, the crown affects memories, and it is too powerful for anyone to
Can I make an
use, and
insight
nobody
check?
can
It's
use
also
it.
a great show about
What
the British
happened the last
monarchy.
time, Crom?
Stop that.
Not at this.
It really
Yeah,
is.
something
Sounds about
similar.
right.
Every time the crown has been used, something like this has happened. So we get the crown, we bring it back to my monastery, nobody uses it again.
24 on insight.
He's not lying.
But is he not saying everything?
You get the sense that he says it cannot be used by anyone. Like it can physically be used, but he thinks that it is one of the most. You can tell by like the gravity in his eyes. Like this is a powerful artifact.
Oh, look.
How long have you,
Gravity.
Crom? How long have you been protecting this crown?
Let's see.
Not you personally, but like the
Oh.
monastery.
We've been here.
Like generations, are we talking?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
generations.
So this is like
Yes.
a powerful
Yeah,
item.
we were among the first generation of Seleucian colonists founded the monastery.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is bad. We need to get this crown back and kill this Neilbog,
Well, yeah.
do something with him, and
Yes,
where'd Wallace go?
Downstairs.
Cut. Cut to.
Rexelford is down there eating.
Hey Rex, I have a question.
Hey!
I'm sorry to bother you.
No worries.
Do you think you could track your green friend? We actually wanted to see if we can see him.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can try.
Okay. Cool.
Right now?
Um,
I'm really
uh,
tired.
Yeah, I think you should go to bed. I
Okay.
think we should all rest.
Okay.
But tomorrow morning.
Okay.
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 Cool. You know what? You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Good boy. Oh wait. Oh no. Sorry. I thought I had treats, but I don't.
So we should also figure out if we can't relieve them of the influence right now. We should figure out how we can explain us taking the king away from the town.
He won't.
Just say we're
Diplomatic
going
mission.
on a hike.
Yeah, we are his.
Oh, if the
He's showing us his
He's showing us his.
territory.
Oh,
if
actually,
the king just runs off, and we follow, that's not gonna. We didn't take it.
I
he
met
led the
I met
way.
a very lovely woman who sold me some drugs, and she
She didn't
said.
sell you anything. She just gave
Just
it to
gave
you.
you drugs.
Okay, what was this expression? And she said that the king will sometimes go out with them on little adventures, and maybe we could convince them that he's taking us out to a cool smoke spot when we.
Awesome. I desensitified this pile. If you want me to do to you, let me know. But I'm gonna hit the hay.
I'm coming back upstairs. Yeah, Rick said he would take us in the morning.
Awesome.
Cool. Wait. So what's the living situation? Are we in one
It's
room? or
one
are we
big
in-
room, and there's one bed that has a lot of dog hair in it, and then several like piles of cloth.
Okay.
So nicer than your old apartment.
Oh, so I'll take that pile right there.
On the floor.
As usual.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I feel like Tapper canonically, his nose is always a little bent because he goes to sleep by just fucking face planting onto the ground.
Crown's gonna.
Hey, it's like all the drunken
Yeah.
stuff. It's a controlled fall.
I mean, if nobody's going
I'm gonna
for the
take
bed,
out my
I'm
bedroll
gonna go
and
for
I'm
the
gonna
bed.
clear
Do
that
it.
space and get everything set up. Start taking off the armor. It takes a while.
I'm just gonna run and jump on
There's
the bed
stuff
so a
under the
huge
armor.
cloud of dog hair.
One thing I want to be.
Why
I
are
love
you
that.
The
like
pillow is
this?
soggy.
I push it off the bed.
Clank.
And you see Rexelford run up and just jump onto the bed with you. And it's hot dog breath, and it smells like beef, just like right in your face.
Rex! Rex! No! Rex! Bedtime
Wow, a
Rex.
lot of
And I do the
nonsense
thing where you
happening.
like cuddly, put your arm on the dog,
Not
and
so
you just
talking.
become friends.
See, that's
Yeah.
how we do things.
Haven't you been traveling with us for a while?
We
I don't
usually
think
have
I've ever,
separate
like,
rooms.
Oh,
yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
sleep over a lot.
Yeah.
No.
This sucks.
Can I, Deirdre? Can I?
Yeah, we have to do
Can
that.
I, Kira?
Let's
Can
just
I-
do a general
Good
good
night,
night.
Wallace.
Good night, Rexelford.
Prom.
Crom.
Good night, Crom. Good night, Wallace. Good night,
I can't
Kira.
sleep
I
on
open the
myself.
window a little bit and go, good night, Yolanda.
I just can't sleep on
And
myself.
good night, Moon.
You hear when you say goodnight, longer. You hear good night.
It's a very small town.
Well, you look outside and she's in a tent outside the house.
Oh. Good night, town.
Hang on. Get out. I'm gonna go lock the door.
It's a flimsy door, but
We can put a chair there,
Still,
maybe.
Still. And head back
Alright.
in.
Do I need to roll the d8s or can
you just cast sleep on yourself and fall asleep. Arcane zone melatonin. Okay, so the night happens. For most of you, it passes fairly peacefully. Very peacefully for Deirdre because of her spell on herself. Kira, though, you have a dream.
Dun dun dun.
What does she see?
Guys, what kind of a dream? Let's all take
No,
A dream
I
about
know
the
the
Federal
dream.
Reserve.
I know the dream.
Let's go around in a circle and say one word.
Yeah, everybody says one word and then Blake can tell us which dream it is.
Kira.
the most
Okay,
right.
so you have a dream. You are
Ew.
sitting
A.
on
Nice.
your okay.
That.
You're sitting on a rocking chair on the front porch of your childhood home on your farm. It is a beautiful summer sunny day. You can see your parents sort of sipping tea out by the garden, just having a nice time.
Carol and Tom, I love them.
And you're just sitting there, and you hear Benny rustling around in the house, fetching himself some lemonade. And it's a beautiful day,
Josh,
just
Josh.
a nice memory, and then you shiver. It doesn't make sense because it's sunny out and you don't think very much of it, but then you realize that all the sounds around you have stopped. It's getting cold. And you see, as the images of your parents fade away, and the plants they were with dwindle and fade away, and they're replaced by a mist. Just a icy mist. And the chair disappears behind you, and you find yourself standing up in a dark space with mist. And you hear hooves slowly coming towards you. And through the fog, the stag.
Stira?
And it walks up to you and puts its face right in front of you. Know me. And you wake up.
So then I said, not in my wedding.
They're all
I'll
awake.
acknowledge the
I
cutscenes for
wait,
that. I'll
that
let
was
them
before me?
You
Kira, it's
slept in.
4 in the afternoon.
Like you slept in and you wake up and you're sweating and you're uncomfortable and everyone else is up and talking.
You've got a big long beard.
Hey, Sweaty, want some salad?
I'm so sorry I wasn't up to wake you guys up like that the other day.
It's okay,
I'm
don't let it
happy
happen
you
again.
Is there any egg salad?
There is now. So, Caesar salad.
And you hear the sound of the morning calisthenics going on in the
I
main
wanna
square.
get in
Yeah, I
on
want to
this,
do that.
actually.
I really want to do it.
I want to do the Catan with these people.
So you head on down and you join in, and it's not too hard to follow because Yolanda is leading. Who's going down and who's staying in the house?
Oh,
I'm
you're
staying in
just
the
legs
house.
hurt.
Sure.
So no.
I'm
Millie's
really
gonna
trying
help
to work
Deirdre
out.
with
I'm gonna try to work out this weird dream.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Mom's
going.
just gonna sit and watch this ceremony.
I'm
'cause
gonna
it's
help.
Fascinating.
So who's participating?
Me.
And you're watching,
Yeah.
and everyone else is standing back in the house.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're able to Griffin, you're able to follow along pretty easily. It's not difficult, and it's a lot of fun. You're having a great time, and it seems like it's like the chanting is hard. You can't follow along so well with the chanting
Oh
'cause,
no, the day.
like you pick out words, but you like say them too late.
Window.
Old day.
Wall.
Sweat drips down my balls.
All the females crawl, then they get on the back. Oh,
Language.
that was Sean. Crown would never.
Meanwhile, the three of you, you're in the town, you're in the house, and Rexelfurt comes up and he licks you all good morning, and he licks you a lot because you're salty because of your sweat.
Oh, I went to exercise.
Oh yeah, never mind. And he sort of licks you all and then just sort of
That's right,
runs around. He seems to be running laps up and down the stairs. And then he starts pawing at the door.
He wants to go walkies.
He wants to go trackies.
Wait, we should wait for everybody else before he takes off.
We shouldn't have to wait for people.
Rexer, and I'm just gonna start petting it. It's okay, we gotta wait for everyone else. I know.
And you feel a warm liquid on your leg.
I had to pee.
Deirdre!
Mending.
Does mending clean things or
Yes,
does mending
it does.
Mending cleans things, and you gotta get the pee off.
I know it
first.
removes liquid.
Okay, cool.
Tapper's cracking up.
I don't like it. I don't want it.
Also, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Oh, he's like,
I'm gonna open the door for him.
and he runs outside.
I'll follow him.
Follow the dog.
I'll
He runs and
follow
he
him.
jumps between like the bars to the empty cattle enclosure where all of your mounts are tied up as well. They're tied up on the outside of that. And he jumps through and he just starts running in circles. Then you see him squat in one of the corners.
He wants to go tracking. They don't need to be doing these calisthenics. We
Hey,
should keep
hey, is
going.
that the group over there trying to get away without us?
Oh. Well, we
Oh,
don't
okay.
come yet.
Crown's gonna walk over.
So I'm just watching this
Oh.
dog poop in the corner of a stable.
That is what you're doing.
Alright.
It's not a stable. It's like an open air. It's like a
Oh.
field. Yeah.
This is what my life has led up to.
Oh, he's staring at.
Tapper's tipsy
Deirdre
travels.
and I are snapping.
Yolanda, this has been real fun.
She's not paying attention.
Okay,
She's doing
I'll
her
see you
thing.
guys later.
You two stop snapping!
I'm here. What?
They make their way up to you.
Hey,
Not the
team.
problem.
You just,
Hi.
you
I
put it in a
think
fist.
Oh, I'm
Rex is ready to track. Can you
My shirt is off.
Pass
by the
this.
way.
Understood.
It is. It's like it's not a nice. It's like a fall day. It's fairly cloudy. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna rain, but it's not like a nice warm day out.
So
My
I
shirt
figure
is
that doesn't
off.
change anything for you.
Can I borrow your shirt?
He's got like a your like frilly pirate shirt or your like over pirate coat or both.
My bare chest is currently exposed to
Cool.
the elements.
Can I borrow your shirt?
For now.
I think Wallace needs to put the shirt back on.
Hey, how are
Wallace
the
has
animals
the jacket.
doing?
And
I
Wallace
think
just told me I could
Wallace
have the
is
shirt.
fine.
They've been
Our
great.
mats.
Like they're grazing in like there's grass in the field. It doesn't look like it's been grazed in a little bit.
I have a question.
Hey, Heart, how you doing?
I'm gonna go over to my stag
Wait, is your person
and
heart
look
from
at
heart?
it in
Heart,
the
heart.
eye.
And it looks at you.
She's like a dumb horse.
And there's an intelligence there.
She's also pink.
Is it smarter than me?
I mean, it's hard to tell.
What was
It's got a
it that they
mysterious aura around it.
Wallace
So you guys,
tosses a dog.
yeah, you guys look over and you see
Fuck are you
Kira just
doing?
like making gestures at her stag.
Oh, I know how to do
I
that.
have a question. If I
Hello to the stag.
And it nods its head.
So,
Can
Can
you
we-
tell it? Can you tell it hello from me?
can we speak to
And it
one of
nods
my
its head at
friends?
you,
says
although
no.
it seems like a little bit more begrudgingly.
Does it? Wait, did it nod its head at her before I?
Not it heads
translated?
at you, yeah, before translated.
Can one of you tell Hot that I just really appreciate her and I'm
Heart right now is confused and like tangled up in her
Come on, you.
in her. She's like,
No, just don't move that. No, if you move. Okay.
I walk over
Wait,
to
wait,
Lightning
wait.
Huff and we just kind of stand there like this together.
Lightning Huff is
My
tired.
question from
Yeah.
10 minutes ago was, if I cast speak with animals, can I just speak with all the animals, or is it only about one animal?
I think it's
It's
just
animals.
It's animals. I think you're across the board pretty good.
So I'm saying speak with animals, and I say, hello, fellas.
Come on.
Good morning.
Heart goes,
Horse.
ah! Stop it! I'm tied up! How do
Hi, showing you ever?
And Lightning
How's
Hoof
Fabian?
is just like, oh my god. Fabio's like, hello, darling.
Oh, Fabio.
You sexy
Uh,
horse.
Okay, anyway, can I be like, hello, Mr. Stag?
Doesn't respond.
No,
Just looks at you.
I think my stag is angsty.
I
Wait,
think your
can I-
stag is.
Can I
possessed.
cast detect magic on this stag?
Yes.
Anyway.
I can because I'm a firbolg.
You cast detect magic on the stag, and it is a magical creature. It's not like it's not imbued with like it's not a creature that has been enchanted. It is a magical creature.
That's exciting for Crom.
Mm-hmm.
May I touch you, my friend?
It bows its head low as though to like show off sort of its neck.
Ooh. Pet. He's a magnificent creature. Magnificent.
I agree.
Lovely,
I don't
lovely.
think he likes me
Well, yes, because it is a wild creature, a stag, and you were riding it.
though.
Ooh.
Is it mad that I'm right? Can you ask?
Are you mad that it's riding it? That she's
It raises its head. It doesn't look at you, but looks at you. There doesn't seem to be anger in its eyes, but
Are
Disappointment.
you disappointed in me?
it's not there's no like negative emotion in its eyes. You can just tell that it's like thinking. There is like intelligent thought
Do you
behind
wish
those
I was
eyes.
smart enough to talk to you?
In an aside, Deirdre and the unicorn are watching from the back, and Deirdre said to the unicorn, "Their relationship is toxic."
I am not one to judge the relationships of others.
I love you so much.
You can still hear heart going like, I can't get out!
Come on, you fucking animal. Come on, goddammit.
So, Rixie, you ready to
Yeah,
find him?
yeah, I took a big old poop, so,
I saw. I'm very proud of you.
okay, just go. Do it, just go?
No, okay, Rixie, this is very important, okay?
Yeah,
You need to make sure that we're with you, okay?
okay.
So, how far do you think he is?
I don't know.
Alright,
I have to just go start looking for his scent.
alright.
Luckily, you smell pretty bad. Ruff!
Okay, guys, I think we should take this one on foot. I don't know. What do you think?
Dogs can run faster than people.
That's
And horses? Oh, it'll be like hunting. Like
Like
we're a king. Anyway, let's all get on our horses.
Woo!
Woo! Come on, Heart Heart.
Once we're all untangled and everything.
It takes a while because Heart seems to have an idea of how to get untangled, but it is the wrong idea.
No, so you know your head is supposed to go there. Why are you going the opposite way?
Why is he telling me to do the wrong thing?
Oh my god.
You can't understand. You're just listening to this argument.
Oh.
Oh!
Okay, was that so hard?
Just like, and like nuzzles your face.
Oh, I love you.
Alright.
Why is
Okay,
everyone else
Rexy.
better friends with their horse than me?
Rexy, are
Because we
you
have the same
ready?
intelligence. Not me.
R.I.P.
Rip,
Chocolate thunder or something.
Hey, Tappa, do you want to ride?
No, I think I
Is
can
it
keep
Brown
up with the
Thunder?
dog.
Brown thunder.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay,
Here,
Rexy, we are ready.
Palmer ride. I think he taps
Okay.
out lightning.
And he runs off towards the house and he starts sniffing around.
Sorry, girl.
Can I keep up with the dog?
Well, he's not going anywhere, but you
Oh,
can
yeah,
like walk
he's
up to him. He's
Some
sniffing around and he goes,
Tapper, I'm sorry.
Woof, woof.
You need to find a new ride.
What's the matter? Can't I have a ride? I ask the stag, not Kira.
There's already
The
a.
stag just sort of looks at you and looks away as though it
There's a
doesn't give you.
larger person.
Is he on
Well,
the stag with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
my horse is.
Oh, are you getting on the stag?
I mean, I
Ah.
will ask it.
And it sort of kneels down.
Tampa, my lap is completely.
I'm
free.
just gonna follow the dog.
Does he have a scent?
He's barking and sort of like
Let's
hopping
go,
up
let's
and
go,
down.
let's go. Follow him.
So
Found it.
the two of you are riding the stag.
Yeah.
Whereas the horse was like clearly weighed down the day before, the stag seems to be as fine as ever, even with your sort of weighty frame on its back.
Magnificent, my friend.
Very responsive to your
Is it cold
directions.
still?
There is cold coming through the
Okay,
antlers.
yeah, I wrap Wallace's shirt that Wallace gave me as a little like hat ski mask type like
Yeah.
over the face.
Don't you have a helmet?
I have. It's metal though. It's cold in there.
Cold in that
It's
helmet.
cold metal. It's a big helmet.
And then Tapper, you're riding. You're
I'm
just
running.
You're able to keep up with the dog. Like the horses aren't going as fast as they can. Like
Right.
And then neither is because he's not sprinting. He is sniffing and going.
I'm only at 50.
Indian lightning.
He's not running. He's not sprinting.
Shadow in the night.
And also, you're probably the same speed as the fucking dog. So,
You're just walking.
you follow him,
Just normal walking speed.
and he
for
leads
Tapper.
you up through several hills.
Through the woods,
There are no woods in this area really.
over a river.
to grandmother's house.
We go.
Does he lead you over? No, he do. Yeah, he leads you. It's not much of a river, but there's a
Got
creek.
one.
There's a creek that he jumps
I'll
over.
take it.
And it's running thin.
I
About
pulled that out from my equestrian.
2 to 3 hours pass, and then as he's sniffing, who's following him first?
Me.
I was.
Make a perception check, please.
That's very nice.
23.
23. You see a structure up in the distance. It looks like a large barn, and there are 2 hulking bovine figures out front.
What is
Like it's
bovine?
a
Cow related.
Not like a cow.
Like.
Big.
Bull?
Oh,
Like bulls, like big bulls.
Bulls?
But there is something strange
How
about
big
them
are
because
the
they're not
bulls?
on all fours. They
There
seem
are no
Are
legs
they
at all.
Are they
They're-
minotaurs?
no.
No.
They're cows, like
Where-
big, beefy bulls.
Where buffalo?
Give me a
Two
second.
big
And they seem to be standing on their hind legs in this awkward, hunched, awful position, and they are holding
guitars.
A gun.
crossbows.
I
don't know.
Gun!
I don't know when Dungeon Party turned into me starting something and you guys finishing it with the wrong thing.
It's just we're so distracted by your
It's
haircut.
improv D&D.
Wait, how big are the bulls?
Ah,
I
that's
liked.
that.
I wanted them to be
Bigger
weird musician
than,
cows.
like-
Weird.
Like they're large
Um,
bulls, but even so, they're like
grass musician cow.
Yeah.
even necessary a little bit bigger than you, because they're on their hind legs, so they seem bigger than they
So
would be.
girthy bulls.
What? That's the episode.
That's the title. There it is.
Okay,
Someone finally got it.
and that's weird. And Crom,
Girthy bulls.
this sends a
Very weird.
like a horrifying chill down your spine
Okay.
because you
That's.
have heard tales of the power of the crown. That its ability to change memory was strong enough to change the physical form of creatures.
You just forget that you walked on all fours.
Hmm?
You changed the memory of walking on all fours.
Pretty
So you
much,
just
yeah.
forgot. Jeez, Pete.
Like the way it's been taught to you by Master Urena, the leader of your monastery. Everything on in this world is made up of its blood and its experiences. And blood is changeable, and experiences aren't. But if you change the experience, you change the being.
I don't think their skeletons are equipped to be.
yeah, they're probably in a lot of pain.
We should
They
get
might
back
not know.
around.
They might not.
That's
remember.
disgusting. Whatever it is.
How are they holding the crossbows in their hooves?
They like cradling it.
Here's the thing. I could try to.
They're fucking bonkers huge crossbows. They're big old crossbows.
Yeah, but do they really have the dexterity in their
Can they
hooves to
see us?
reload?
Speaking of dexterity, and speaking of can they see us, can the unicorn pass without a trace on the group?
And you see the barn that they are outside of, it has one like medium-sized door that all of you could fit through. Crom, you'd have to sort of crouch a little bit. And it seems like on all fours these creatures could fit through, though your horses would have a hard time getting through that door.
Hey guys, I have a plan. We surrounded on all the sides because last time it ran away.
That's not terrible actually.
Thank you. I went to school for this stuff.
I can tell. Okay. I like that
But
actually.
if I remember correctly, killing it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
There you
but I
go.
still have these handcuffies.
No, but it'll
Can
find
you put
the
it in
new
the bag of
host.
holding?
I sure could.
Can you take everything? Yeah, that's the point.
But it's an extra dimensional space.
Manacles. I like that.
Wait. What's the argument? Why wouldn't that work?
Well, remember last time you put the
Yeah, it
manacles,
makes it go
the
out.
spirit goes.
Oh, that's true.
The Nilbog isn't the physical thing, it is the spirit that possesses the goblin body it's inside.
Oh.
Put it in the extra dimensional
Wait,
space.
so it needs to be. Well, I guess I wouldn't know.
This is just what you the three of you experienced last time you fought the Nilbog, which I'm sure you've shared with the two of them.
Yeah. We would have to. Yeah.
If it's spirits on a different plane, or in a different dimension, I mean,
A different plane or dimension, I could banish it for.
get it out of here.
Let's burn the barn down.
Wait, why?
Felt like the right
You are my
time.
best friend.
Wow.
Okay.
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 tweet it. I don't know.
Okay, so should we surround?
We'd never speak again. We're silent after that.
Deirdre and I having a great time.
Should we surround it?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
surround the fucking barn, I guess.
Let's sneak.
I'll take-
Everyone plus 10.
Don't bash it while it still has the crown.
I'm gonna stay in front with the bowls.
So, yeah. So can I confirm how this looks? So there's a barn and there's 2 bowls like a couple feet in front of the front door, and that's it. That's the only defense.
That looks to be the only defense. Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Sure,
take
there
the
were-
back.
There were beans in there. You can use it if you would like, but there were beans.
You may roll your dice in this area. However, please be advised that it has been previously occupied by bees.
You know what else was previously occupied by beans? The
My
Federal
dick.
Reserve.
Okay.
What's up,
Okay,
Peter?
so I propose
Doesn't even make sense.
if we are surrounding the barn,
Yeah.
you want to be in front, right?
Yeah.
So you take front of barn.
I'll go in back.
You want it to be back. You take back of barn, and
I can go in the front. I'm
Okay,
gonna put-
what I was gonna say is, since we have, I'm so sorry for interrupting you. You have a great idea that I also already had, so I was gonna continue explaining it and give you credit for your amazing idea. So, there are 4 sides to a barn and 7 of us. So we have 4 people take the 4 sides, and then 2 people take the front corners and act as like a pincer move from the front corners, and then another person in the back in case he runs away. So I was gonna say.
Hang on.
Can we be drawing this all in the dirt with
Yeah.
the stick?
So what I was gonna say is you're taking head.
Mm.
I should be there for fighting it to banish it. You're a good fighter, so you should be there too. I feel like you should be in the back too because you're the fastest. So if he tries to run away,
Right, but
Here,
he's
I got it.
inside the barn.
I know. So
Yeah.
We're gonna come
Let me
up
draw
on
it.
the
Let me draw
walls
it.
of
Let me
the
draw it. Let me
outside.
draw it. Let me
Take
draw
over,
it.
take
Stand
over.
outside.
Rectangle. Tapper, look. Rectangle.
Okay, I see. All right.
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
This is me.
Where's the front?
Achoo!
Aw.
It's okay. It's just a rectangle.
Rectangle.
Do it again.
Okay.
Rectangle. That's you.
Right.
That's gonna be me.
Mhm.
That's gonna be Crumb on the
Right.
side. Then we put Millie maybe on the side, and then how about you on the side? Wallace. Also
On
on
the
the
side?
side.
Are we all on this different
No.
sides
and then
of
you
the
get to go
barn?
in the back too.
Right, and
Great.
the door is on one side.
don't know.
I bet
Can I
there's
go to the
probably
left
a
side?
second
It's my
door.
best.
In the back. So that's why
I
we put
bet
in
you
the
there's a
back.
second
Okay,
door.
And if we need you, you're in the
You know what?
back.
I bet you
And
this
you
here
can
nickel
run around.
tapper that there's a
Got
second
it.
door.
Got it.
What
This
is-
here
what is
copper.
that?
I will. All right, I'm gonna go around to the other side of the bar.
I'll go with you on that one.
See what I see.
So
Same.
make stealth checks to not be noticed by the cows.
Plus 10, everyone.
Deirdre, I will say,
10.
you hear a bit of a tut in your head, sort of like a.
Do you have anything to add?
There is no evil in the hearts of these creatures.
We won't hurt them.
Only their
cows.
masters.
We don't want to hurt the cows.
If the cows come to harm, I shall not participate,
Totally
and
understandable.
I
You just
shall
stick by your values.
reevaluate my alliance with this group.
She really should.
You should stick with your values, girl. I
Should've a
agree
while
with you.
ago.
We don't want to hurt the cows.
They are but creatures
You're so
of the
chaotic.
land, twisted beyond belief.
What's your race?
For bold.
That's why you have the fourbold. He can talk to the cows in the front.
You're talking to the unicorn in your head, right?
Yeah.
So you just gesture at me
Yeah.
and stare at you. What?
I'm
Why?
on your
Why do you?
side, girl.
why
I
do you-
caution
what is
you.
unicorn-
I'm
What are they
sneaking.
saying?
I'm also sneaking.
Do we need to sneak because we're right at the front?
We're still sneaking. We're sneaking to give them time to go sneak.
I caution you towards engaging with this creature, for if it has magic powerful enough to twist the bodies of innocent, docile animals into warfaring creatures of blood, who knows what it could do to you?
Something kooky.
I'm always down for talking first. You know me. I don't want to.
I don't very well. It's been a day, sweet Deirdre.
We've been talking a lot though, and I feel like there's a connection here that's gonna never break. So don't make me talk about it. I'm gonna cry. I don't want to do that. So,
Very well.
I want to talk first.
I will keep my distance, but if things get dire, I will find my way in.
Okay, you can totally keep your distance, but can you promise if someone's hurt, even if it's the cows, you come in to heal them?
Especially if it's the cows.
There you go, and then you can maybe teleport them out.
Deirdre,
Yes.
we gotta go.
Let's do this thing.
Awesome.
So you guys are leaving your horses back where you stopped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. So what's the plan? Are we sort of gonna
So,
load them out as
so Tappa and I are gonna take the back. Another group is gonna take the two sides, and someone's gonna take the front.
Want to just do left, right?
Sure.
I tried this all in the Wait. Can I? Okay. What if I knocked on the door remotely? And then he came to answer it, expecting a Girl Scout. But it's us. And we get him.
I used to be a Girl Scout, so it wouldn't even be alive.
That's
Right?
a great idea,
I'm also-
Wallace. But I feel like you already volunteered to be on the left side, so
Um,
maybe one of the 3 people in the front can do that.
Well,
Awesome. Thank you, Wallace.
Just a hot take. I don't want to end up like the scary mutant cows.
I'm
That's why I
casting
don't-
thaumaturgy and making a noise that sounds like a knock 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 on the door.
Kunk, kunk, kunk. And you see the cows turn. And you hear a voice. Ooh. Gas.
Is that him? Is that him? Yeah, hell yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's a familiar high pitched, annoying voice.
Do we want to be
Not
in
natural.
So, can I get the stealth checks from everyone?
20, not natural.
It's a roll
Shall I?
plus
From?
R plus
10?
Okay.
And you add 10 to it. Well,
Oh,
no,
30.
because you're going out of the distance of the pass without trace. So the
I don't
ones.
think is it a
That's-
radius or is it?
It's a
radius
radius.
from-
It's a radius from the unicorn.
How long?
So those of you going towards the front of the house can benefit from it, but the rest of you need to do something else. We can.
21.
20, not natural.
Something's really bad.
Okay, it's 12.
Okay.
With the plus.
No, oh, with the plus.
He doesn't get it.
You don't get it
Yeah,
because you went around the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't get it. And we could've used
Deirdre?
it.
Are we sneaking or are we acting as an envoy?
Well, I snuck.
Snuck first, at least.
Okay,
At least
well,
to get close.
29,
Okay.
28, 20, 30, 31, 32, 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
9.
7.
So, as you sneak up, the cows definitely do notice a couple of
Going
you.
around.
Yeah, they don't notice you, because
They're
fucking
cows.
cows. But the two of you, they do. One of them looks at you, and the other one looks at you, and they sort of aim their crossbows in your direction, but they don't do anything.
And I'm like,
Yeah, I go. I go to the back of the barn with Tapper. Okay,
And
Tapper,
you-
he saw me. The cow saw me, confirmed.
Hey, what am I seeing?
Are we
in the back of the
walkie-talkie?
barn?
It's just the back of a barn.
It's a wall,
It's a wall.
isn't it? It's a
Oh,
wall.
are you kidding me? It's a Wallace. Okay,
Hang on. I've got my notes.
yeah, the
Hold
cow
on,
saw
hold
me.
off
so
position, they
he
told
might be
us.
coming.
And you hear the voice echo from the inside that says, friends, what's your story? I can make it full of glory.
He speaks in rhyme, by the way.
That's
I
annoying.
challenge you to a rap battle.
Everything about him is annoying.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just
Are
kill
we
him.
acting as an envoy or are we being stealthy? One as an
Hello!
Hello!
Hello.
Okay, are we
What?
going around the barn?
from the other side of the barn. Ooh, friends all around. Don't come in or you'll be pound.
Did.
Pound it.
It didn't work with the rhyme, so try again another time.
Oh, I love him. Alright.
Would you like a Girl Scout cookie?
Cookies all for me? Yes, indeed. Yes, oh wee.
Oliver.
You alone may come inside. Now leave your weapons. Don't be shy.
And okay, maybe I go in because you
Nope.
need weapons and I don't.
Well, I could
It's cost-
go in because I don't use weapons.
I don't either. And also, I think
I
we need to
really
be out
will
here to
know
talk
what
to
you
the
have to
cows.
I will talk to the cows.
There you go.
Yes,
Alright, we don't have a door back here.
I know.
Do you have anything that could make a door?
Yeah,
Fireball.
That's kind of what Tapper's getting
I
at.
could kind of, I could burn it down.
Alright, let's.
Yeah, we could do that. Could be fun. Let's do it.
Well, I don't know if we need to do
Oh.
that. I'm just curious.
I can also tear a piece of the, like I can rip a part of the wall out.
We'll think about it.
So you
So
walk
I
up,
just-
and the two cows aim their crossbows at you, and as you walk between them, their crossbow bolts are like basically at your neck.
Hello. Wonderful.
She says hello.
Are you up with her?
No, I'm like, I imagine I'm near-ish
Like-
to the door.
like 20 feet.
Yeah.
20, yeah.
And you step inside.
Yeah.
Your eyes have
wait,
to adjust.
Before she steps inside, I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
On her.
Cool.
Just in case she tries to do anything mischievous.
Or good.
Or-
Or
as
genuinely
you
nice.
step inside, you have to sort of your eyes have to adjust to the dark, and it takes a minute. But you find yourself in a large, like inside
I
the
cast
large
light.
barn. Well, it's not.
Oh.
It's not dark. It's
Oh,
just
it's just like the gloom.
yeah.
Okay.
The glue. It's like the
Gloomy
sun,
gloom.
and then and you go inside, and you see there is light sort of coming through holes in the roof of the barn. But basically, you find yourself right up next to a fence. There is a fence running along the center of this barn. The ground is dirt, and there are two huge piles of hay, just sort of sloping up to either side of the barn. Around this fence, and sort of eating some of the hay with their hands, are three more huge cows, but these ones don't seem to be standing quite as upright. It's more of a sort of this look.
Yummy.
Is that what it looks like?
Without like the fucking gorilla face. It's
Yeah.
like a cow face, but like it is, they're sort of hunkered over like
They
linebackers.
But they have hooves.
They have hooves, yeah.
They
and they're
Like,
like
if they had human hands.
like that, like
Yeah.
they take the hoof off and there's a hand underneath. And you don't see
That's what's up with my
the
stat.
Nilbog, but you hear a voice
It's a human.
coming from somewhere in here that says, cookies all for me, show them now and give for free.
Can we hear this from outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
He speaks quite loudly.
Are there windows in this?
There are not.
other walls.
Yes.
Is there sweat dripping down my balls?
That's
You're
up
all
to you.
wet.
You're always
There
wet.
always
so.
Always wet.
Cookies, but there are so few. Why don't you come out so I can see you?
Well then, that'd be no fun. Then you'd come for number one.
Pee? Huh?
Oh, no. Him.
Ew.
Well, I guess then no transaction. Looks like you need to do another action.
Stop, wait, don't turn and go. Hold your horses now, be slow. We can work out a deal.
Come on.
Pretty please, the hunger I feel.
There's no artistry.
I'm slowly beatboxing.
No.
to it.
No deal unless you come out. Oh, don't whine, don't pout.
Make a persuasion check at advantage because you're copying his rhyming couplet style, and you know he loves that.
Persuasion?
Persuasion at advantage, yeah.
18.
18. Very well, this I'll do, but promise don't throw me in the poo.
Is there poo in the barn?
Doesn't
There's
feel good.
cows.
There's a lot of cows in here.
There's no artistry here. It's just
Oh, yeah. And you see, not from the hay, but from the rafters, a small form just jumped down. And he is a small greenish goblin with sort of like pink tattered clothing and a pink pointed hat. But atop that hat is a beautiful, majestic, and honestly kind of horrifying crown. It's made of like ebony and sapphires, and it's dark and twisted and far too tall for his head. It barely fits on his dumb, tiny goblin head. And looking at it makes you uncomfortable. He also has a staff that seems to be like patched together very poorly. That has the face of a big gold goblin on it, but it is like very rickety. It's not well put together. It seems like it's been smashed before.
Okay.
And he looks at you expectantly.
I cast suggestion and say, before we eat, give me that crown. Please be happy. Do not frown.
Oh, what does he have to do for that?
Wisdom saving throw.
That is an 18. That doesn't pass?
It
Does he know that you tried to cast the spell on him?
I don't think
Does it
so.
say?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say that he doesn't.
Oh.
Do it again.
I just understood Neil Bog.
Give you the crown! This I won't. Its power
Clever game.
is far more than Mo And he gives you a big old cheesy grin.
He's losing his power. You're breaking him down. Keep going. Keep going.
You see,
I
with
really
this
thought you were gonna rhyme
crown,
it.
Keep going.
I could
more
U-turn
going.
into a milk girl for butter to churn.
Oh, please don't. I don't like that. Don't be annoying. Don't be an ass.
I am not a tiny bug. Oh, don't look sad. Give me a hug.
That sounds bad. I don't like this sound. Fuck it. Let's burn this bitch down. Should we?
I thought
No,
you did.
That was more for the bit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Give me cookies. Give them now, or else I'll hit you with a cow.
I'm looking at cookie salad. Hold on.
Oh, I think we forgot the cookies out here. Please come back so that.
Make a deception check at disadvantage. You're lucky his wisdom is not good.
I got an 18, and then a 1 after that.
Ooh. This smells bad. I smell a scheme. What are you planning, you and your team?
Tap, I'll be right back.
I didn't say that. She's the one who went splat.
I run for the front door.
I see Oliver and I just start.
Just standing.
And
I also have a bowl with something in it.
I tackle him to the ground.
And the cookies, I assume that you had.
It's fudge striped cookie salad with mandarin oranges. Get cookies in there. I was gonna save them.
Go about your business.
I smell
It's
cookies
shameful.
right outside. Go get them now. No, or run and hide.
That did not rhyme. It's a crime.
Outside and hide definitely rhymes.
Have
fun attack.
Have fun attack.
Get the cookies. Yes, I will, and it won't even cost a shell.
That is good. It better not. Otherwise, you'll be turned to snot.
I have cookies here, more than 2. I have cookies here for you. I step into the door frame.
Well, yeah, that's fine. He goes, oh, there's the boy with cookies many. Leave them here and get the henny.
What does that mean?
It means go away.
Aha! You didn't speak in rhyme. You want a joke? Here you go.
He looks at you.
Can I just dump these in?
Oh, you think that I'm a joke? Perhaps you'd like to bear a yoke. And you feel like you hear this high-pitched screeching noise. All of you, just like an instant of screeching. And you aren't a person.
Oh,
you're a pack mule, and you've always been a pack mule. You've
I eat the cookies that have been dropped.
You see Oliver just drop to the ground and start eating cookies.
Okay. I pick up the bowl and I'm like, come now, let us break fast. Don't make this event go into the past.
What sound do mules make?
In the meantime,
That's donkey.
Bad.
Mules are half donkey.
Let's go.
He walks over and he grabs the cookies. He says, our time is through, our deal is done, now get you hence.
Well, the second he got really close to me, I used my fan of wind to knock the crown off his head.
Okay, how does that work?
It's a 60 feet by 10 feet blast of wind.
But you think, and
think
your whole memory
for
is
all
you have
purposes,
been
I
a
am
pack mule.
I'm a pack mule. Cool.
I'm still outside, wild shape into a fly, and I'm flying inside unnoticed.
Can you fly? Can you do flying forms yet? I think you can, level 8
I think
maybe.
it's 8th level you get flying.
But
Well,
you're
I'm
7th
7th
level.
level druid.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh.
Oof.
Well, then I guess I'm
Seems
turning into a spider.
You're crawling inside one of the cracks easy enough. You're gonna gust of wind?
Yeah.
Cool. So, what we're gonna do is we're going to roll initiative. You get a surprise round.
Okay, cool.
Cool, so we'll be right back when we get the map all set up, and for that, roll initiative.
Roll.
Now, All right. Hello, we're back. And you know what that means? It's 6 minutes of drums time.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Ooh, heaven is a place
Copyright.
on earth.
Yeah.
That's a good amount.
I'm over here now.
Cool. So, hast thou rolled initiative?
Indeed.
C.
Quite.
Senor.
Millie got 17. Kira got 8.
I
I know who's
17. Millie, 8. Kira, Crumb.
Crom got a 66.
Okay. Tapper.
18.
18. So you're tied with Millie.
I got a 17.
Oh, I wrote it bad. 18, Tapper.
I'm tied with
This is
Nelly.
called character sheet.
Well,
Fifth
I got a big old
edition
19.
Ooh.
First time
It's
Melissa's
not
ever rolled
supposed to be
well for
on here.
anything, and it's
16.
initiative, and I'm a spider.
Fucking
Mulever.
not fucking bad. We have. Stop.
Ooh, yeah.
Can we sing Row You're Boating Around?
No.
Not now. We're playing D&D.
Let's
And we're not even on a
appropriate time,
boat.
like,
Do
when several
drown?
people are
Trying to
fall
sleep.
asleep.
At 2 a.m. on a Saturday.
Chainmail scrotum.
God damn it.
His haircut looks so good.
Wait, there's definitely a song appropriate about like cows or something.
Huh?
There's a song appropriate for this moment.
Cows.
There's songs about
I
cows.
can.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Takes the edge off.
Cool.
That was
So, surprise round.
Surprise!
First thing first goes to you with your fan of wind.
Yeah.
So what is the effect of that?
It's a 60-foot by 10-foot blast of wind. If you're a person or like a being, not like an
Yes.
inanimate object.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, and not an inanimate object like the crown. You have to make a strength saving throw. Will be pushed 15 feet. I'm like aiming.
The Nilbog is going to roll not enough to do that, and is going to be pushed 15 feet back.
Okay.
And the crown is going to come tumbling off its head.
Okay. She's using the.
And the crown is going to go hit that cow and just sort of poof, poof, fall to the ground.
She's using her surprise. Her. She's gonna cast Misty Step to get to the crown.
Is that a bonus action?
Yeah.
Cool. Boom.
And pick it up.
Grab the crown.
Yeah.
Cool. And with that, the thing starts. Nilbog goes
Oh,
first.
and also she says, "Don't hurt the cows."
The Nilbog starts. Nilbog is going to stand up and is going to turn to you and say, "You are wicked, tricksy, false. You will rot in hell, you piece of shit." Language! And it's going to cast confusion on you.
Okay.
I am.
What?
So you're going to have to make a, my guess is wisdom saving throw.
I believe in you.
I believe pretty well.
Oh,
The correct answer is that's all I need.
That's all I need. Did you buy these minis specifically for this event?
I did, yeah.
That's fine.
I like them. I think they're nice.
I think
Yeah.
you are nice.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's nice.
yeah, don't get it twisted.
18? Alright. Nope. You're fine. You feel sort of like a wave of like nausea go through you, and then nothing. You're good. This is bad. This is bad. I don't like this. I need my dad. And he runs and just dives headfirst into this bale of hay.
Who's his dad?
You can punch him with an opportunity attack if you want.
Can I not a punch, like a slap?
Cool. Make an attack roll.
Slap him on the tushy.
What'd you get?
What do you know?
An unarmed attack, so it's just plus your strength.
Oh, that's a -1, so that's 8.
Totally miss. and it just dives right into the.
Deidre also is the only one with protection from evil and good, so you can't be charmed. By if it's a celestial, elemental, aberration, fae, fiend, or undead. Is that a no-buy? Is a no-buy any of those?
Hard to say. I'll rule that this will work against no bugs, though it's technically not any of those. But it's also like not categorized. It's just a weird thing that exists. Wallace, it is your turn.
I'm a spider and I'm outside and I don't really know what's going on.
Well, you crawled up into the barn already.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm in the barn. I guess I'm gonna keep crawling to where the gnome bog is.
On the other side.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get there because you're a spider.
Yeah,
for
I'm
6
just
seconds.
crawling around.
So you're like about 5 feet probably.
All right.
So you're up in the hay. Just keep the mini there. Tapper.
I'm going around to the door, I guess.
All right.
I'll activate the boots as a bonus action.
And I'll say if you take a full turn, you can get to the front because you're dumb fast.
So I'll be like at the door.
Yeah.
We're just out front with our.
You'll be out front. You'll basically catch up to Millie.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to punch these cows, but I'm dumbly fast.
Stop.
Stop.
We had David Hayter to get started on the party. Cool, Millie and Deirdre.
Me first? Am I far enough away from that cow to not provoke an opportunity attack?
You're 10 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna go 30 feet back, like a ways, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about like right here. And can I use my action to either use or figure out how to use the crown?
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Nice.
I'm going to be favored by the gods on this one.
Okay.
23.
23. It seems as simple as putting it on and saying what you want to be true. You get the sense that you're not going to be able to tell how to fully control it without putting it on your head, but you also get the sense, like, you get the feeling, right? This isn't from your, like, Arcana check. This is just an innate feeling in holding this crown that you don't want to put this on your head. Like, you will if you have to, but, like, it's a scary thing. There's power radiating it from this thing that you've never seen before, and it's truly frightening.
I mean, there's no other way to, like, help the cows and the villagers.
Put it on my
Sorry,
head.
I just put 2 and 2 together in my brain. I'm sorry.
Of what?
The reason why we lost our memories.
No.
I remember talking to the god Mechanist. It was probably because we were told that we talked to the god Mechanist by Nilbog wearing a crown.
Fuck him. God damn it. Oh, that makes me so
Well,
mad.
she puts it on.
Oh. Fuck that little thing.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Michael.
Lit.
Oh no.
I think I got it though. So we got a fucking
Put it on your head, and you just lose consciousness. There's no sensation. There's nothing. You just stop. You just stop. Your brain ceases to function, and you fall prone.
Forever?
We don't know.
The crown does not fall off of your head, however, as you hit the ground. It stays pretty firmly attached.
okay.
Millie,
Do I see that happen?
you from this angle don't because there's a fence in the way.
Okay. I'm
Only
gonna...
the
You
dumb
see her
cowboy
put
sees
on
it.
the crown and fall over.
Wait,
Dumb
where
little boy
is
sees it.
Spider Wallace right now?
Right here.
Right up at the you're basically at the top of the hay right now.
I'm gonna.
So you
I see
saw
it,
that.
but I'm just-
So this is hay.
Yeah, these big slanty things are big hay piles of hay. And the thing in the middle is a wooden fence.
Do I have enough movement to get in the door?
You will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity, but yes.
Can I bonus action disengage?
One of them.
I'm bonus action disengage that guy and then get in the door.
Cool. So you're gonna as you run past one of them, he swings at you and you just dodge out of the way, but the other one is going to just swing its horns directly towards you.
Seen what?
which is a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Go through Instagram stories on the computer.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
15 points of piercing damage.
No, Crom is gonna use one of my channel divinity features, so he needs to make a wisdom. The Minotaur needs to make a bull thing needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 12.
No, now the Minotaur takes. I think. Wait, he might not take all the damage
Alright, fear ball.
for you, but he does take 15 radiant damage. Oh yeah, that was another feature I got confused with. So you still take 15, but it gets 15 back.
Oh.
Takes, poof, and as it hits you, Crom throws his hand up in the air, and the bull creature's eyes flash white for a second, and it reels back in pain.
No fighting.
And then, so I can see Deirdre now. Right.
Yeah, you're up in the door. You can see Deirdre, and you can also see Oliver on all fours eating cookies off of the ground.
It's not going well.
That's any scenario.
So I'm going to, out of my pack, grab my dispelling oil, and I'm gonna just dump it on the crown on Deirdre's head.
Nothing.
That's it for me. That's it. I'm done.
Cool. Oliver.
Do I understand that there's a fight happening?
Yeah, like you're scared. Like people are yelling, and you see blood, and you see somebody passed out, and you're not sure what's going on, but you're scared.
All right. I guess I'm sort of gonna like panic. Yeah, I'm just sort of gonna run and just like kind of like.
Where do you want to end up? After 6 seconds, I'm gonna say you're going half your speed because you are on all fours.
I'll end up like, I'm terrified of these things,
Yeah,
so
they're
I'm
big and
probably
scary.
headed this way. But I'm terrified of this, so I'm kind of going to the humans because they're
Cool.
or the yeah. the
Yeah,
humans.
makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm sort of gonna like start like kind of nuzzling into Deirdre's
Unconscious form.
lifeless
Yeah.
corpse.
She's not lifeless. Like she's warm,
Unconscious
which is
corpse.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
always a
So
plus.
it's these boys' turn. This one is going to sprint.
Fuck no.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash as its bonus action. 5, 10, 25, 30. Or dash as its action and use its bonus action to gore melee,
Go.
which is an 18 to hit.
Yes. Uncanny dodge.
You take half.
Can you just
that
uncanny
is
dodge on anything?
Like anything?
Once per turn.
it's your reaction.
Yeah, it's my
Oh, okay.
reaction.
18 points of damage, so you take 9.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. And you get the sense that since it sort of exhausted much of its energy charging as far as it did, it couldn't get you with its horns as good as it had. But had you been like right here, you're feeling like you might have taken double that.
That's really
This one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Use some more movement to jump over to here.
Hey.
Run over to here. And basically get its horns up under Deirdre. And like use its action to just hoist her up onto its back.
Or Sleeping Beauty.
And then turn this way. So Deirdre, you are now up on top of this cow creature.
This is the weirdest D&D game.
Yeah, I thought I'd start us off with something weird this semester. And the last one is just going to 15, 20, 25, 30. Get here and sort of menace out the door. All right, Kira's turn.
All right. Where's Kira? She's there. Okay.
So she could see everything.
She can see everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Well, she'll get an attack of opportunity if she runs past that guy, won't she?
She shall.
All right, she's
She sure.
gonna certainly hit him twice.
Hit him. She's gonna swing her sword at him twice.
Yes.
Cool. I just want to be clear what's going on.
Okay. Push up to it. So it's a 17
That'll
and
hit.
a 15.
Both will hit.
Awesome.
They're not armored in any way. They're just big cows.
Big cows.
save cows. Okay.
Don't hurt
Okay.
the cows.
Okay.
It's too
They
late.
take
Okay.
cows.
It's too
Okay.
late.
She's a pig.
Cow.
The cow herding has begun, unfortunately.
But cow. I tried save cow and
11 points of damage
Ridiculous.
from the first hit.
Okay.
And then 7 points of damage from the second hit, and she's gonna mark him.
Cool. Makes sense. Crumb.
Okay. Let's see what we got here, fellas.
oh, the book is out.
The book is
No,
out.
that was
book
just
is
because it was
out.
on my lap.
You put-
How far away am I from the
I'd say like 15 feet from the door.
15 feet? Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to cast use a Firbolg of his ability Hidden Step, or I turn invisible for a round.
Crumb disappears.
So I'm gonna go 15 to here.
Well, the door is these two squares, basically.
Oh, I need to get to those. Oh, frick. And
Sorry, baby boy.
well, then I guess I won't do it because I. Oh wait, no, I can do that. So run by this guy.
Mhm.
So here, so I still have 15 more feet. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna use an action to dash.
Yep.
5, 10, 15. How many feet of movement to get over the fence?
It'll take you. It's difficult terrain, so it'll take you 10 feet to get over the fence.
Okay, so I can do 15, 20, 30.
Cool.
I'm just invisible.
Yeah, it's like it's not as tall as it looks on the map. It's like to your chest rather than to your head, so you can pretty easily vault over, especially somebody your size.
Yeah. Okay.
And you continue to be invisible, or you become.
I think
Is it the top of your next turn?
I reappear until the start of my next turn, until I attack.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you continue to be invisible. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So it is Archer Cow's turn. The first one, who's right up on Kira, is going to point blank try to shoot her with a crossbow.
Oh,
It's
man.
not too smart. And that is a natural one, so the crossbow misfires and just snaps in its hands. The other one is going to take a shot at Tapper. That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit. I'm
He has a
gonna attempt-
disadvantage on that because he's attacking Tapper and he's marked.
No, this one is attacking Tapper. This one is attacking
I'm
Tapper.
sorry.
But it's a ranged attack on a monk, so like, I don't know. Probably not gonna. I'm gonna use my reaction.
Yeah, I figured.
I can reduce it by 16.
That was it was a 19 to hit. Oh, is it you
I
reduce the
reduced
damage?
so
Cool, let me roll the
Yeah, roll damage.
6. So
Yeah, reduced to 0. It's going back.
Awesome. That's so cool.
I still don't know what the roll is for returning it though.
make an attack roll.
Just an attack roll.
Yeah, add your dex and proficiency.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I do have it written down. It's a 25.
Yeah, that'll hit. Roll 1d10, unless you have a monk damage that you roll for it.
It
think
counts as a monk weapon.
Yeah, it counts as a monk.
So
roll.
roll your monk dice, one of them.
Okay. Just normal plus
And then
dex.
dex plus dex.
Roll your monk dice.
7.
7 total.
Yeah, 7 total.
7 total. Cool. That's fine. It's not bad. Cool. All right, that is the end of the round.
That was a fun 6 seconds.
I'm stressed. Millie got a best friend and lost her in 6 seconds.
Wait, did Wallace go?
Yeah, Wallace just sort of crawled around as a spider a little bit.
Okay.
Ran around a building because there was no door on the other side.
There could have been.
I wish there had been
You should text Elena and say it.
a really big fucking hole. Just-
Now there's a meanwhile.
Millie, will you please make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Millicent, do well.
Jeez, thanks for that inspiring moment. 18. No, 14. I'm so sorry.
14 is unfortunately not enough. You start laughing hysterically. the funniest thing in the world pops into your head, and you just literally fall prone from laughter. You are incapacitated and unable to stand up. You are just, it's whatever, for some reason, what's happening right now is the funniest thing in the goddamn world.
She just looked at it all over the backfield.
falls down. Kira goes, Millie, now is not the time! Cool, Wallace.
Do I have a save?
Where's the new?
It's not your turn yet.
I shared with Millie.
Where's the
That was somebody else's turn.
You
You just didn't see whose turn it was because
yeah.
he is hidden. You saw him dive into this pile of hay.
Where's the newbie?
You saw him dive into this pile of hay. You don't.
he's
you
in
can't.
This pile of hay. Oh.
Yeah.
My plan is not working.
Light it on fire.
Just burn the barn down.
With us inside.
I'm outside.
Honestly,
Kira and I are outside. I can run in and grab you guys.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wrong. That's my cover letter. That's not. There's my character sheet. Wait. Is wild shape is a bonus action? Wait, wild shape is a bonus action.
Bonus action.
I'm gonna become me again because this plan isn't working out.
And now you're just sort of at the top of the hay, and like you sink to your waist into the hay because you have more weight now than the spider did before.
Okay.
But you're still up at the top.
I'm gonna walk out of the hay.
Like roll down.
I'm gonna get out of the hay.
Oof. I'm gonna say that's your movement though.
Okay. And then how far away is the other hay?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. The beginning of it is 40 feet for you.
Okay.
what the hey?
Nice.
Bleh.
That's all of his line.
Wait, Blake, was I charmed?
No.
I have advantage on it.
Next time you have advantage on it for your next roll. You gotta remember that.
I'm gonna do Tidal Wave, but the website that I'm using says Tidal Wave. The Tidal Wave page is gone, so I don't.
Is it the D&D 5e fandom wiki?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything got purged from
Yeah.
it.
It got gutted. I'm like, that was my
Why?
favorite
I'm
site.
so confused as to what happened.
Bring it back. Let's start a petition to bring back the D&D 5e
D5e
wiki.
Yeah.
If we get the Federal Reserve on it, I'm sure it'll work.
Listen, the Federal Reserve, sponsor of our podcast, is very invested in all
Podcast.
that.
Podcast. What do you think we run here?
It's
a
also
fucking
a
web series.
podcast.
Sis.
Podcast or on the platform.
That's
Alright,
true.
so-
Round to the Lore is on
Not
our
to the
channel.
lore on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube.
I'm casting Tidal Wave on the other pile of hay.
Whoosh! Lots of water.
So,
What's the save?
Dexterity.
I'm gonna roll at disadvantage because he is trapped amongst the hay. That is a fucking 6.
Yeah, he's gonna take 48 bludgeoning damage.
4d8.
Yeah.
48.
Not
48.
Yeah, I got excited.
48 damage.
9.
Drown that little rat.
It's one of the
Round
few-
that
That Nilbog.
Round
That.
So
Nilbog.
that's 19 points of bludgeoning damage, and he's knocked prone. But because it's the Nilbog, I know something bad's gonna happen to me now.
No, actually, because you weren't directly dealing damage to it, you created a tidal wave around it. It's Nerlogism doesn't directly work against you. You see it sort of wash weakly out of the hay over here, seemingly drowned and dead. But then you see the same sort of glimmer of energy when it would get hit before, and it seems to heal itself back to full, though it is still prone. Seems as though instead of taking damage a certain number of times per round, it can just heal itself.
That's so annoying.
Which you would remember from the last fight that you had with it. But like, you flushed it out successfully. It is currently
Found
prone.
him!
Cool! Tapper!
Do something.
I will run up on the cow that fired at me,
Boom!
and I will roll my first 2 attacks.
Alright,
That's a 14 to hit,
that will hit.
and another 14 to hit.
Both will hit.
You know, I'm just gonna also bonus action hit and
I
then
figured.
roll the damages. 21.
Yeah.
Tapper.
24 damage in total.
Oh, I thought we were all
24 damage in total. Nice.
Punch. That
Ah.
cow guy.
Yeah, you smack him real hard. Boom, boom, boom. The third one straight to the face. A lot of brutal violence against these cows in the broad daylight.
front of you.
Anything else?
No.
Cool. Millie and Deirdre. So let's start with Deirdre. You need to make a wisdom save. Well, first things first. In your just darkness, you hear hundreds of chattering voices. Just
I don't know what's going on.
overlapping with each other, just all swirling around in your head. Make a wisdom save.
What was your favorite feeling?
17.
I like Lee High.
That's pretty good.
Oh shit, I left it together. 17? You start to make sense of it, and by the end of your turn, you open your eyes. You're still feeling a little bit groggy, and something's not quite right with you. But you are awake, and you're moving, and you look down, and you see that you are basically like in the horns, the big curling horns of one of these cow creatures. And that's the end of your turn. It took your turn to wake up, basically.
If that was like my action to wake up.
It was your turn.
Okay.
Yeah. The same way how this is going to be your turn to make a wisdom save with advantage.
Advantage. Thank God. 19.
19. You free yourself from the laughter curse, and you end your turn. No longer.
Since usually on my turn the unicorn also does it do my bidding of like healing and teleporting away the
You
cows?
can't tell. She is far away and wasn't part of the initiative order. She's acting on her own, more or less, in this encounter. Cool. That will make it Oliver's turn.
Still Muliver?
Yep.
So a terrified mule sees this right here and like rears up and I hit him, thinking that I'm hitting him with my hooves.
Okay, so you slap him. Make an unarmed attack, please.
Do you want a hooves attack or an unarmed?
You're just a dude hitting him, so
He has
like
the mule stats.
yeah,
So,
don't use it. You're using your stats still. The
Right.
only thing that's changed is what you think you are.
What do I add to that?
Is
You-
a D4 or a 1?
It's a D4 in half.
I think it.
It's a D4 in half, so a D2.
So I rolled an 18.
Rolled an 18, you hit it, so roll either flip a coin or roll a D4.
2?
2.
It's one.
You roll on a
damage.
D4, that's 1 damage.
You take tavern brawl.
Or your
Oh, you're not gay.
This is like a scene from Les Mis.
You bop it.
I'm the little kid.
Does he twist it?
Not yet.
Pull it.
And it's sort of like over towards you.
I run.
You're away. It's not gonna even take an attack towards you. You seem fucking useless to it.
You're not getting a full 30 feet on all fours.
No, you're getting 15 feet.
You could
Still pretty good.
bug.
I just start sort of munching at the
Still
wet
crushing.
hay.
Ooh, I love moist hay.
Moist
Give me
hay.
Moist hay.
Who doesn't like some wet hay?
Give me that voice.
Me.
Wallace craves the wet.
He craves a minimum.
Cool. That will make it all the big boys' turns.
Oh, I'm proud.
Yeah, and it's going to. It can't do what it wants to do, which is charge you because it's way too up close to you. So it is just going to slam its horns down towards you with advantage.
And can he dodge?
I don't think you can do that when you're prone. Doesn't make sense to be able to dodge when you're prone.
Mama can roll.
Let me check the rogue block because the rogue blocks.
Robo.
Get it?
Roblox.
Do you get it? Do you guys get it? Oof. Cause that I don't know. You could very well be right, but I would like to know for me because you know how much I like to play rogues. I'm thinking about building a rogue whose whole thing is sleeping.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Like,
What are you saying right
He
now?
like pretends to be asleep, and that's how he gets sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
When attacker you can see hits you with an attack, you use your action hub. Yep, you're good. It is definitely gonna hit you though because it rolled a 19 plus 7.
Yeah, that hits.
7.
So,
Flash.
Score. That's spank.
17 points of damage, halved to 8. As you roll sort of into the fence, but it still grazes you along the back.
Because it's a cow.
This one is going to 5, 10, and then try to keep running further, but run straight into you, Crom, because it can't see you, so it's just trying to run, but it runs poof, into you. Then you just sort of, you're a hefty guy, so it just stops in its tracks and goes.
Not a brawny type guy.
And then loops one of its hooves up, basically over Deirdre to try to like lock it in there. So Deirdre, big meaty cow arm, poof, up onto your stomach. And this one is going to whip around. Take 5, 10, 15 back, so you can take an attack of opportunity against it if you want.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Oh.
I'm gonna get in
They're
with
bad.
my. Ooh, my laptop's gonna die soon.
You can plug it in.
Laptop's gonna die soon.
Not will
I have my. I've got my sword. I got my long sword.
Which you're not proficient with.
I am gonna hit him with my sword.
Okay, make that roll. Make that roll! Combat? Did you say?
I might have to leave soon.
I doubt this is gonna last
Why,
much
man?
longer.
Why?
No, 12.
Why?
Because you have your strength and your...
No, Buck's got a plan, baby.
Oh!
12.
12 doesn't hit. You fumble a little bit trying to take it out of its scabbard. You're still not super used to this thing. And you miss, but it is going to take its couple steps back and then charge, whoom, straight and try to impale its horns into you. That is a 18 to hit. Cool. So since it was running and it got you right in its exact range, you're going to take.
Oh no.
23 points of damage, and I need you to make a strength save.
Hold on. What? 68 minus 23. Everybody. 45. And I'm doing what now?
The strength save. Saving throw. 18? Yeah, that's enough. So you don't get knocked away, but you do take an additional 16 points of piercing damage as it not only hits you with its horns, but tries to like flip you up and backwards. So you like manage to ground yourself, but it gores into you.
So they took 39 points of damage?
Yeah, these are big boys. See, it pulls its horns out and it sort of moves at you real good. That will make it Kira's turn.
Kira is going to attack her beefy boy again. Get it? Beefy.
I don't.
Well, so that's a 21
Yep.
and a 12.
Oh, it's
21 hits, the 12 does not.
This is with her anima pillar.
beef.
So have him
Nope.
make.
It's almost there.
That's only
Yeah.
on critical.
Right.
Oh, it's only on crits.
Oh, well, what is the...
It says it can, after hitting opponent, it can teleport the opponent up to 20 feet away.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
So have him make a wisdom throw, saving throw, whatever.
17.
17, he succeeds.
That's a wise cow.
You just rolled good.
That cow
So
is
she
alive.
has
I love you.
D8.
Yeah,
Like a
that.
0 and still nat 20.
Yeah.
So it's 8 points of damage, and she's gonna mark it again.
Cool. 8 points of damage, and marked again. It's showing some signs of wear and tear, but it's still looking pretty hefty. This is a powerful cow.
She's gonna say
A
something.
powerful pow.
She's gonna say something like, "Stop!"
Okay. That will make it Chrome. Your turn.
Okay. Now the book is coming out. Okay, so how much is 1, 2, 3? Okay, casting a 20-foot sphere here,
Mm-hmm.
which will get 1, 2, 3, 4, which hits both the cows.
And Deirdre.
And Deirdre. I'm gonna cast strong calm emotions. So they need to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Which is
And
not
then-
something that they're
I like that he's
particularly
standing.
good at.
Just because I needed to see the thing.
No, it's because you're feeling it.
Yeah.
So a 12 and a
He's
1.
also out of the
Yeah,
frame.
those both fail.
No, it's not.
No, he's not.
He's good.
Oh, I guess just cutting off like the top of his head.
You're good.
Okay.
So what happens to them? And Deirdre, make that charisma saving throw as well.
So,
She's feeling good. Oh wait, no. What's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13?
nah.
Okay, she's feeling
Well,
good.
I can make. I can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards.
Mm.
So, like, you already didn't want to kill our party. Now
Yeah.
you just doubly don't.
She's feeling good.
Cool.
So these two no longer want to kill our party.
And they calm down, and you see them almost like go back down to all fours a little bit, and it like releases its meaty cow arm from around you,
We will be friends. Yes.
and you appear, poof, and it looks less confused now.
Well. Oh yeah.
Like it hit you, and it looked confused, and you appeared to look very confused and enraged, and then it just sort of like, basically you flick your fingers out, and just this calm like mote of light appears over the fence, and as it's like light washes over the three of you, you're just like, oh, I don't want to fight anybody here right now.
These guys.
Cool. Archer cows, however, not as effective. So the one next to Deirdre is going to make a horn attack at her.
You
Which-
mean
Sorry, Kira,
Kira.
which is a 15 plus 7, which probably actually hits her.
Is that a 22?
That is a 22.
That just hit.
Wow.
She has a 21 AC.
Yeah, I know she does.
That's crazy.
She takes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. She takes 19 points of damage. And Wallace, there's a computer charger. There's a Mac charger right here.
Oh, is this the right kind? No.
No, it's not.
It's in my backpack. It's in the pocket should be open.
Tapper, before
Like
you
notebooks.
before you go, that is 15 to hit.
Wait, you go way before me in the initiative.
Okay, that's
I
true.
go
You go.
last.
No, that will not hit.
Cool. So he totally just whiffs on you, and
Where's
nothing
that?
happens.
It's in my backpack. It should be in the second pocket.
So the Nobog is going to stand up,
You'll see it.
look around. Drat, oh darn, oh damn, I'll have my crown back by this hand! And he's going to sprint
These hands.
to the wall and literally just jump head first into the wall, and you hear a sickening crunch as the goblin body, like, breaks its own neck on the wall, and you see just a glimmering force just, like, exit out the back of the barn.
no, that's what provoking me. No, never mind.
Wallace.
What the fuck? Should we chase him?
Who are you asking?
Anybody?
You might want to crouch down.
Yes,
Can you
Full
calm
stop.
down the other cows?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know how to calm them down.
They're
Oh yeah,
already
yeah,
calm.
yeah. They're already calm.
Well, 2 of them are. 3 of them are not.
Are they still beasts?
Yeah, they didn't return to being cows once he left, but these
Will
two are
speak
super
with
calm.
animals, work with them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak with animals
Okay.
and say, guys, we come in peace. If you could just sort of, we're not going to hurt you. It was the Nilbog that we're after.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. Give it to Michael. There's more room on the other one.
Yeah. I got you, dude.
Hey.
What am I doing now?
Persuasion check at disadvantage
No. Milan.
because you are.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What you get?
I got a 19 and a 2.
Oof.
Natural one.
So this one right here doesn't seem to give a shit, but the 2 archer cows turn around with their fucking joint natural ones, and go, oh, that sounds better than fighting.
You guys could even like stand on all of your legs if you wanted. Did you know that you have 4 legs that you're supposed to be standing on?
2 legs and 2 arms.
Would the other one be soothed if it was actually a 4 because you had your persuasion to that?
What?
Would the other
No,
one be
they got a
soothed?
16.
Okay, cool.
And that like kind of shows them I'm like, you see how I'm
Do I
standing?
also hear this? If you're speaking with animals?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Roll. Hey there.
Hello,
Hi.
friend.
How's it going?
It's going well. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Oh, yeah, 6 seconds are up. But you seem to have gotten through to the 2 archer cows.
Oh, we're still in combat?
Yeah. One of these cows still definitely wants to kill the shit out of you. Tapper.
Can I tell?
Kill that cow.
Can I tell?
Yeah,
these
they
cows-
turned around and are like mooing curiously back towards Wallace.
Alright, I'm gonna trust Wallace on this one. Can I tell the other one is still like?
It is looking like it's about to stab Millie with its horns again.
Can I get to it?
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't his emotions calmed?
No. These 2
No,
emotions
those
are
2
gone.
that had.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 40.
Oh.
50,
oh,
you can get to
yeah.
him. Or you can leap off the fence and try to like do an aerial jump punch on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
All right, make an athletics check first.
Athletics?
Yeah. Let's make this cool.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics, yeah, acrobatics. If you do good on this,
That's a 15.
15 will be enough. Make your attack at advantage. Elven accuracy,
Elven
so.
advantage.
You want?
Yeah. I don't need that.
Oh.
Ooh, good. That's I ignore ones during advantage.
Yeah, because you're at advantage. It's the highest
Cool,
one.
cool. That's a 25 to hit.
25 will hit. You punch it right in the face.
like
You
that
can
die.
you can make your other. So basically, you leap off of this thing, and you just like fucking people's elbow like down onto its head. You're still like midair above it. What else? Do you have any other attacks? Anything else you want to do?
I mean, can I
You can keep going if you want.
continue?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go for the knee.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage on all of your attacks this turn for that.
I need the die. No, I don't want that die. I have that one. I don't trust it.
I don't want that.
I don't trust it.
I don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that.
Another 21.
Yeah.
Give me.
Burn a key
So
point.
boom, and then you knee him, and like you hit him at the top of the head. You knee him in the bottom of the like chin.
Burn a key point and do 2 more. Why not?
Okay.
That's
Cool,
a
Tapper.
2 cocked die.
We roll him.
It's 21.
Cool. And your last one?
22.
22. Yeah, all 4 hits. So you elbow him, knee him, and then as you sort of use the momentum to go down, you flip over, and you bring both of your feet down on his head, and you bring his head to the ground as you sort of like slide down to your feet. And he sort of stumbles back.
4 hits.
4 hits.
$31.
Woo! Oh boy, that is nice. Not dead, but shit. Yeah, he's looking. It's looking dazed and scared and little uncomfortable. Cool. Millie and Deirdre. Deirdre, you're first.
Me first.
This is my purgatory.
Deirdre yelled at the top of her lungs, "Unicorn, we need your help to calm some emotions and heal the poor cows!" And can the unicorn teleport here? So I get there immediately.
You're not sure if it hears you or not.
Heal the cows!
Yeah, okay.
Says Tapper, surprised.
So, what are the... Actually, no. Deirdre's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on the last me.
Cool. Are you gonna slide down off the back of this cow, or are you just gonna sit up on there?
I'm gonna say thank you so much and slide down and then do
Cool.
it.
Oh, that was perfect. What does it have to do for hypnotic pattern?
Wisdom.
That is a 12.
It is charmed
Charmed.
and docile for only.
Charm them. Oh.
It calms down, and it seems like at this moment all the cows don't really want to fight.
Okay.
How many rounds
Okay.
is this?
That's good because I don't really want to fight the cow.
Can Deirdre start healing the cows?
As you start healing the cows, and as people start recovering from this weird fight,
Am I still?
Oh wait, the
Can
cat
I-
is still on my
the
head.
crown is on your head. As this all is happening,
Yeah.
we are going to end this episode of Dungeon Party.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we'll pick up right in the aftermath of this battle next time.
What?
Thanks so much for watching. A shout out to our Patreon, Patreon Elliot, you're the bomb.com, or the Dungeon Party, Patreon/DungeonParty.com, I guess. Check out our content on the other things we do. Instagram is a big one. Shout out to the Federal Bank.
Federal Reserve!
Federal Reserve.
Oops.
3, 2, 1.
Federal
Federal Reserve.
Reserve.
There's nothing federal about it.
Sorry.
Not affiliated with the government.
Lord!
Is that true?
Yes. Federal Reserve is called Federal
And
Reserve.
Peter is the newest employee.
And Peter is its newest employee. All right, well, thank you so much for partying with us in the dungeon. If you're not right now playing a game of D&D, you should start because it's super fun. We love it, and we love you. So, all right, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Y'all come back.